So they're still making tons of money in the Maryland
Yeah.
stores, but
Working
we
out.
went.
You work in athletics, though, right?
Yeah, I'm doing volleyball and football right now, and then it's going to
Yeah.
go right into
Cleats and-
basketball.
yeah.
It's going to go right to basketball, like, right afterwards. Especially stuff, we handle a lot of custom stuff, too, so, I mean, they got to start ordering basketball stuff here, like, real quick, actually.
I thought you meant custom stuff like shipping internationally. I was like, tight, dude. That's wild. He's like supplying fucking other countries, fucking some Europe, some Czechoslovakian basketball team or something like that. I was like, no, he means custom made. He means custom made. Hang on.
But still, a lot of like stuff gets like some of the Nike custom stuff gets made in Honduras, and then like it's got to go through customs, and like
Sure.
it's just a nightmare.
All right. Well, so I sent the recap for last week, but I'll just go over it real quick. Last week, you guys met with Sildar, filled him in on what was happening over at Wave Echo Cave, got your reward, decided the best approach was to conceal the cave entrance while Sildar kind of managed the political side of things, with Singorn and Amon both likely vying for control of Wave Echo Cave and the Forge of Spells within it. So you guys headed off in that direction, but not before Sildar mentioned that a team from the Slayers take and pass through on their way to go take care of the dragon problem over at Thunder Tree. You buried Zodic and then hit the road, traveled over to the cave where you were betrayed by a former party member, Onion the Fang, had decided to give the location of Wave Echo Cave to Holly Thornton, who is now claiming control of it. And Onion decided to leave the party and go with Halia. So you left her there in the snow and headed back towards Emerald Outpost. The next day, when you guys had rested up, you guys met with Sildar in the morning at the inn, and it wasn't long before the members that he had mentioned from the Slayer's Take had showed up. And filled you in that they were successful in taking care of Venom Fang over at Thunder Tree. So that was good news for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Shortly after that, however, though, the siege of Emerald Outpost began, and Vorganax, the maimed virulence, began his assault on the town, rending holes in the kind of meeting chambers, the Emerald Chambers, and just basically decimating the town. You looked out the window and saw cultists, hobgoblins. There was a half-dragon Etten that were gathering up citizens to offer it as tribute to Vorganax. You stormed out and managed to defeat the raiding party, but not before Quillian Alderleaf was slain, much to the dismay of her son Carp. Sildar suggested that you guys in the recently freed captives take shelter in Stonehill, and then Sister Garel, the half-elf cleric who watches over the Shrine of Luck, she reached out to you and basically, terrified, said that if you stay there, you're as good as dead. Suggested that you guys flee at nightfall, and suggested that perhaps the Clasp knows a way out of town through the sewers. She suspects that they've been using them to smuggle for some time. So that is kind of a recap of what happened last time. So you guys are short rested, sitting here, filling in the rest of the party. Doza, I think you're the one who had the conversation with Sister Grell.
Yeah.
You look over your shoulder and see that, pretty much everybody in the place has turned to you guys looking expectantly. Got this look of, well, what are you going to do? What are we going to do? Looking to you guys for answers. You've established yourselves as quite the adventuring group in town, and people are, for better for worse, looking up to you for answers in this situation. So, what's the game plan here, folks?
I had headed upstairs for a vantage point. Did I find that, and do I see anything, of note?
Nothing out of the quote-unquote ordinary, right? So the whole town is in chaos. The dragon, you can see maybe from your vantage point off to your left at the top of the hill. He is taken and set upon Trezendor Manor as his kind of nest, if you will.
But he's just sitting right now?
He is just sitting. There is evidence that at one point in time there was a large group of people who were killed and their bodies lie in the streets. No blood. You suspect maybe like poison smoke. Make a perception check for me.
Yes, sir.
You also see, the occasional kobold or with like a large lizard or and a couple hobgoblins like patrolling, and they don't, but they're like looking for people. And you also see groups of a couple of humans who are patrolling, and they're not necessarily seeking out people as much as more so taking on like an interrogation type. Asking questions of.
And these are humans doing this? Normal-looking folks?
Yep. Martial-looking characters.
Gotcha. Okay.
Somebody on the inside.
They don't look like those cultists that we met at...
Yeah, they have the robes and stuff like that.
They're not wearing cultist garb.
That Zodic convinced.
Yeah. Hey guys, the dragon wants to see you all. Just go right in there. Straight in.
I'm guessing they're mean-looking fellows?
They look like martial weapons users. Nobody gives off like the aura of spellcasting, but
but all around ruffians for sure.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Not the Tea Club.
So we need to escape, huh?
Could be a number of things, right? They could be people who are trying to not become tribute and have sided with Morganax, as he seems to be the new ruler in these parts, or could be an inside man or something. Who knows? But there's lots of possibilities here.
So say again, Zuni, we escaped under. We're in the sewer right now. You said?
No, we're in the inn.
We're still in the inn. Okay, we didn't go down to the. Okay. Can we assume that people are looking for us right now? We're kind of just in between, or
from Daggoth's vantage point, it seems like the initial battle has kind of stopped, and it was a resounding victory for Morganax. He has taken control of the town in totality.
Okay.
So they're not necessarily like seeking out and rounding up people as tribute anymore, but there's definitely like inquisitorial squads roaming about.
Sure. So this is something that, and I know about the secret tunnel underneath that I haven't told anybody yet.
So
I thought the druid lady.
The druid
No,
lady
she
told
told
you
me.
that. Yeah, but you haven't told anybody yet.
Okay.
Unless you
So
did that off camera. You know what I mean.
right. So upon knowing that, I'd just like to round up the squad together and kind of leave the town folks out of this, so we don't raise too much suspicion amongst the other people. Let them know, kind of, hey, this is what we're dealing with. It looks like we're kind of surrounded here, and there's no way all of us are going to be able to sneak out of here, like, stealth-wise, myself included.
I mean, I wouldn't go that far. At least I got something that can help. I think Aaronite does too.
Yeah, we can both cast past that.
Gives excuse me a second, let me find. I think it's +10. I may be overselling it on that. Thank you, Aaronite. Yeah, +10 to stealth checks.
Cast it on the whole town.
This is
that's
you and
the
your
thing, right?
companion. I don't know what that includes.
Everybody within the 30 feet, I believe, is what we got, right? Yeah.
Okay.
So at least we can give folks a leg up, right? No guarantees, no promises.
Maybe
but it's
we
better
should
than
just
nothing.
keep that in the back pocket, because the druid lady told me of a hidden underground tunnel that maybe we wouldn't have to use that right away.
I think it'd be helpful to try and get us there, though.
Yeah,
Well,
we
it's
have to
right
get
here,
there
right here.
first.
I thought she said it's right here in the inn.
I thought it was at the mining exchange or something. Or no,
She actually didn't know. She said that she suspects that they were smuggling and using the catacombs and or sewer systems below the city. Doesn't know where the entrance would be, and suggested that you potentially try to locate a member of, Halia's crew to see if they have more information.
Now I wonder if this is something where we just send. I know it's not good, but to just send one person out so we don't risk all getting on it. Just to scout it out.
I volunteer Doza.
Yep.
That's fine. Okay.
I mean, I could turn into like a non-suspicious creature, like a frog or something, and who really gives a shit about a frog walking?
I mean, I have my familiar too.
Smart.
Could cast my find familiar as a ritual and bring out the bird.
That takes 10 minutes, or how long?
Yeah. But I mean, just in the meantime. So
Zuni, is it possible we could see a map of the town? Just to kind of see where we're positioned at?
one on the wall of the inn somewhere that we could just rip it off and clutter off of the table.
You're there at the arrow.
Doza, you haven't shared with us the information. Oh.
I just did. I thought about the underground tunnel. Underground railroad, if you will.
So what if we just send Dadgoth in there to sneak into it? Because he's the sneakiest of much. Just scope it out before we send everyone there.
Well, we need to find a member of Halia's gang, so I wonder if they would still be in the miners exchange area there, or if they'd probably just split and gone somewhere else.
You can always ask the townsfolk if they have any information. Maybe one of them saw them during the chaos or something.
Maybe one of them's a secret member.
Yeah, right. That's why I wanted to pull the gang together first before just letting the townsfolk know in case there's a mole. You never know.
Onion would never.
I don't know what Onion's saying, so...
Yeah, I can't hear it.
I think she said a mole, you say.
No, she said you.
Just get on your phone, Onion.
Yeah, join the cool kid. On his phone. On the way home.
And how many members of the town are there with us?
Looking about the room, you estimate that there's probably in the neighborhood of about 20 to 30.
Jesus. 20 to 30.
Well, maybe we should make an announcement and get some information. What do you...
Yeah, and as you look, you guys have kind of pulled off into like a little huddle or something, and the townsfolk, including Sildar, who seems a little bit overwhelmed by the situation, they're all kind of just looking at you patiently, expectantly.
Sildar is supposed to be our rock on this one, dude. He can't be doing that to us.
Yeah, he can't be faltering now, dude.
Yeah, man, we need it.
Sildar is part of the gang.
That's
No, I
right.
was gonna say, have we talked to Sildar about any of this? Like, maybe he knows something. He's been in this town for a long time. He has a high position of power. Maybe he knows some escape routes or something.
He arrived
I don't think
when
he's
you
been.
arrived.
Has he? Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think he has been in this town very long.
Yeah, no, he arrived when you arrived.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, I think we're better off
Yeah,
just.
we saved him.
Yeah.
Oh no.
All right, Zuni, I'm gonna get on the... and I'm gonna make an...
Oh
right.
boy.
All right, people of the Emerald Outpost, we here at the Order of the Vibes, we understand the situation is dire, and we are exploring all options. Now, there are rumors that a tunnel might exist somewhere in town to help us sneak out. Does anyone have any information about
Yeah, there's like some rumblings, and everybody kind of looks out, talking amongst themselves or whatever. And one guy chimes up and says, "I like the sewers."
Yeah, that.
I mean, there's entrances to the sewers, but there's rumors that there's a catacomb system even below the sewers that is old. Nobody ever really goes down there. I don't know. I think I heard a rumor though that there was kobolds and lizards and hobgoblins coming out of those sewers when the attack
Candle.
started.
Well, we'll punch them to death.
Mm-hmm. We will punch him to death.
All right.
Well, that might be our best option to get out of here. So
Those kobolds and lizard people are
That's
out on the streets right this very moment, so it's one or the other.
It's a maze, so down there you would get lost without a guide.
I mean, that or the other option. I'm on a huddle. I'm not talking to the people now. Like, well, that or the other option is we could like sneak, like between the buildings and get out as fast as possible. Dagoth can be watch for an opening and patrols. And
I mean, you've got 30 to 40 people in open field at that point.
Yeah, we're not sneaking out of that bad boy.
Unless, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Zuni. Right? We looking at this, it's not like densely wooded area. There's, and I don't know what the surrounding area outside the town is. Is it more farmland? There's farms on the outside.
No, it gets more wooded. This area is just a little bit more cleared. It's almost like a vale in the middle of in the middle of the mountains.
Sure.
Yeah. So it does get more densely forested,
but we'd have to make it well outside town limits by that point. Yeah. Okay.
Do we have any disguising spells? We don't go all at once, but we can just shepherd groups of people out of the town, camouflage them or something.
I don't have anything ready for it.
Yeah, I think Pass Without a Trace is probably, our best bet on anything like that, and it's workable, right? Especially if we're just going to make a break for the tree line, but I don't know. I still feel like the sewers are our best bet out, and I think I think we got to look for that and. I don't know how to fucking try and leverage the clasp now. And as far as we know, they've fucked off to the cave, right? That was like we just got back the night before, and here we are, right? This is like the following morning. This is all happening.
Yep, following morning.
I mean, if the tunnels are somewhere, where's the mine exchange? Here?
Down one building.
Here?
Yep.
I mean, that's further than going straight to the wood line,
Yeah, but then what about all this?
Yeah, I was gonna say that's not the wood line though. That's an orchard at best.
It is. Yep.
You have a lot of field, like a lot of not flat topography, but you've got a lot of open topography there.
The dragon is currently nested up in this area.
Is he sleeping, Dagoth? What did you see?
I didn't see a darn thing. I know he wasn't moving around. He is up there, but I don't know what he's up to.
I mean, another option could be like we cause a distraction and everyone else runs, and we do like a fighting.
That's what I was just thinking. The old distraction, dude. We send our heaviest armor-clad warrior.
We can send Dagoth to go, not Dagoth.
Just
Doza to
breathing
go
fire,
talk to him.
Just send him off.
What did I do? Why me? Why me?
I'm sorry, I corrected myself.
I could do a skywrite, like make a really pretty picture in the sky so they're all looking up, and then we all run.
We breeze out. I mean, I can. We
might just have to fight our way there, dude, and then just blow the entrance to the sewer so they can't follow us.
But we don't even know where the tunnel is.
Right. We know where the miners' exchange is. We know Halia of the miners' exchange was a shady member, right? But like Aaronite says, we don't know if that actually picks up at the miners' exchange or what. And we didn't get a lot out of the crowd unless somebody wants to try again. Can anybody, Doza, do you have a charisma roll in you to try and maybe persuade somebody to cop to being part of the fucking class? That might have some guidance for us.
Sure as hell. Give it the old college try, dude.
I think that might.
I will return shortly.
Now, do you want me to persuade them, or do you want me to intimidate them?
Hey, listen, you are the charisma guy.
Why don't you just say what you would say to the crowd, and I'll figure out whether that's persuasion or intimidation.
Don't cast guidance on.
Please don't threaten to take any fingies.
Okay. I'm trying to think here.
I think a persuade probably might be the right tack. I mean, we're all in a fucking pickle here. Right?
Sure.
Anybody who could help us get the fuck out is.
Yeah, trying to.
So basically, from the crowd, you discerned the first time that the town's in chaos. The dragon is basically living at the Trezendor Manor. At the time being that there's groups of kobolds and lizardmen and humanoids, and they were dragging people away as slaves, and that there is sewers that exist. They are a maddening maze of tunnels that kind of connect in some places and don't in others. Without a map or a guide, it would be nearly impossible to move through undetected. So that's what you gathered from the first time around. So,
and that guide is what we're looking for.
Beseech the group. The Sister Grell believes that the class may be able to help there, because she believes that they are smuggling using those tunnels.
Sure. Yeah. So we're all right, gang. So we see what they're doing out there. We see our friends and neighbors getting caught, interrogated, tortured. Obviously, we don't want that for anyone else. Help us help you. Does anyone have any connections to the collapse that might know about this secret tunnel? We need to get out of here unscathed so that we can come back with reinforcements and figure out a plan. But the immediate plan is to get us to safety to regroup and find out exactly what's going on. Needs people to pull out some sources, pull out some favors. Let me know what you got.
How are they gonna pull out favors when they're trapped in here?
Make a persuasion roll, and don't forget you have guidance.
Ooh. Add a D4 just because you fucking.
Yeah, let's make it an even 30 here while we're at it.
I would follow Doza to the ends of the earth right now.
This golden beam of light shines down to me, and a nice twinkle in my eyes.
Yeah, so you watch as there's a couple of people who kind of are like leaning in, chatting like, "What's the clasp?" And then there's other people that are you catch like, "The clasp here? That's crazy." You do make eye contact with what looks to be almost like a teenage boy, dirty, pretty filthy. Seems to be one of the people who was in the cage that you had opened when you rescued Carp. Who you kind of make eye contact with, and he looks away.
You, young lad. Come over here with the gang here. You look like you know
30
something.
charisma if I've ever heard it, baby. I love it.
Yeah, no, he starts heading for the door.
Dadgoth, get him.
Dadgoth moves to intervene.
Gotta get him.
You're gonna call him out in the middle of everybody for being a part of a secret organization like that? He's not gonna tell you anything. Yeah, you've ruined that chance.
Well, he's going for the door like he was bolting?
Yeah.
He chose the dragon over talking to Doza.
You're standing on a table saying, "Are you part of a secret member? You look like you are." And he's like, no. I don't care what if you didn't even natural 20 that, right? Like that's not gonna work for him.
Alright. Well,
Are you part of a
Oh,
criminal
let's see.
organization? You look like you are. Okay, I'll see myself out.
Joe's gonna start stopping and frisking people in this inn now.
Sure.
Right.
All right,
No,
everybody
no, no.
drop your
So you
loins.
obviously stopped to intervene him, it's easy enough to do. He was just kind of turning and you watch his dad got kind of like jumps over a table to stand in front of the door, and it grabs the entire crowd. The entire crowd looks shocked and like, why is he getting into a threatening pose against this teenage boy? So what's next?
Listen, buddy, the time's over for, this is our lives at stake here. All right, we can forget about anything bad that you've done. We just need to get these innocent people to safety. You need to tell us what you know, man. This is important. I mean, you don't want to end up like those people out there. We don't want to end up like those people out there. None of these people deserve that. Can you please tell us something?
Persuasion with disadvantage.
Thanks for the guidance, Aaron.
He says, "Listen, I don't know much. I just sometimes run errands for the folks over at the Miners Exchange. I don't know what they're into or anything like that. But I'm certainly not a member of the clasp, if that's what you're asking.
We're not not assuming anything there, but it just
things seem pretty hostile in here. I'm gonna just see myself out, and I'll try and find a way out of town myself."
That guy break his legs.
Dadgoth does not break his legs.
Break his legs.
Dadgoth, I guess.
Intimidation.
What?
Doza.
Oh, Doza. Okay, so you're saying.
I cast guidance.
Damn.
I mean, at this point, he is scared that you're going to break his legs. He's.
Good.
I don't think that he's probably going to help you.
Shit. Good. Well, might as well kill him.
Oh my god, you kill him,
Do you want a finger?
Yes.
Doza get another spell book soon.
Yep. It pleases me.
Do we let him go and try and follow him?
I see you try and follow him.
There you go.
Alright, fucking I open the door for him.
We'll let you get
He ducks out and scurries off around the inn, kind of checking both ways as he goes.
I follow shortly after once I'm out of his eyesight.
I make a stealth check.
God.
Fuck it up, Dadgoth.
He wants you to die. Hear that?
Said don't fuck it up.
It's hard. There's a lot of chaos in town, so it's not super hard to be stealthy. But there's freshly covered snow, so footsteps are hard to conceal, that kind of thing. So, that's reasonable. So you watch as he kind of skirts the outside of what used to be the fence or the wall that surrounded this town. So kind of in this area, before he makes it over to this broken down these stables and then cuts across. So he
which is what I know to be the miners.
Yeah, it is the Miners Exchange. He does not seem to notice you, but as he is crossing the street, as he's crossing the street, kind of in this area, just a short walk from the Miners Exchange, it's this whirlwind tour of chaos that envelops all of Emerald Outpost. You kind of round the corner and you're watching from a distance, and you can see that the street is kind of littered with carnage. There's men and women that lie in puddles of blood, soaked snow. There are several men moving among the bodies, slitting the throats of survivors. One of them points in the direction of the boy and kind of loudly shouts, "Stand fast, citizen! Submit for questioning!" Starts heading in his direction. And then
Okay, I'm boogieing back to the gang.
Fuck them kids.
I mean, what?
Fuck
You want me to
them.
pick this fight? You want me to pick this fight alone? Like,
Hey,
if
you
anything,
could've
I'm getting
broken
you
his-
guys.
You could have fucking broken.
Could have broken his legs.
dude.
He would have. Yeah, and he could have chose not to leave. But first of like, but
Yeah.
whatever.
This is why we
I'm not gonna
break
pick this
legs.
fight alone. Fine. Fucking. You know what? Fine. I'm gonna wait till whoever gets fucking closest to the kid. I'm gonna fucking send it,
Why don't you
and then
just
I'm gonna run
listen
back to
the-
these guys.
Why don't you just listen to the conversation?
Listen to the
Fine.
conversation. They're slitting the throats of people on the like. What do you mean conversation? This kid's gonna get
Wait.
fucking murdered.
How do you know that? You don't know that yet?
No,
Fine.
yeah, they're-
You know what?
they're
Fine. I
literally
sit and watch.
slitting
I sit and watch. I don't do a fucking thing, and I don't move. That here. Let's see how this one ends. There we go.
Make
You're
a make a perception check and a new stealth check.
I'm gonna go into the prone position right now. I don't know what's going on, but I'm going prone.
He's just laying. You watch as Zodic just lays down on the floor of the tavern.
That got split the.
New stealth check too, Daga.
Oh, that wasn't wrong. Oops.
You got it, dude. Like
You kind of lay down and nestle yourself into the snow, and you watch. It's hard to make out because you're some distance away, but you can see. Make an insight check with disadvantage. Okay.
Good night.
Yeah, it's really hard to see. The human males appear to be wearing like chainmail and dressed in kind of martial gear, but they seem to be on the up and up from everything that you can tell.
The ones who
They're-
are just slitting the throats of the corpses on the ground, they're like the people dead and dying. All right, yeah, up and up. Copy. Yep, go on.
But that's what it appears to be. from
They
your
seem
standpoint.
squared away. There you go.
The conversation with the teenager progresses, and they let him go and watch as he kind of scurries off back towards the miners' exchange.
All right, I breeze back to the fucking inn.
Okay, one more stealth check. For me.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah, I got it's captured. Oh my god.
All right. You make it back to the inn, no problem.
Beiji, what'd you find?
Oh, so I should also say with that perception check, sorry, you saw when you were down there, you could also see after he disengaged from that group, you could also see other, filthy faced youths and shading looking individuals with scraps of paper in hand rushing in and out of the exchange, looking decidedly out of place for what you know of Emerald Outpost.
Okay, so I'm seeing multiple similar youths in and out of that place doing courier shit in the wake of the chaos, and I also saw fantastic Onion the Fang continues to impress with her fucking friendships. All right, so I relay to the gang then. It's looking like the class might be in on this. I think they're at the very least being left to go about their business or whatever. It looks like they're sending messages in and out of the miners' exchange. That's where the kid headed back to. I don't know if there's an escape there, or if they're just still hanging out doing their thing there. But I have no idea if I'm going to get followed back here. There's snow on the ground. I definitely left tracks. It's a pretty ugly scene out there, and there's a lot going on. So,
Like you said, there's a lot going on. I mean, what are the chances they would attract those tracks straight to you? Oh man, it's the guy that snuck out. I feel like we'll be all right with that, huh? Okay, so we had the task of moving 30 people out of the inn to a possible escape that we don't know exists. Trying to stealth check them all. I'm starting to think that this maybe isn't possible.
I don't know that we can even do the miners' exchange because there are
People
certainly
still there.
people there.
Mm-hmm.
And they are also seemingly unaffected, or at the very least, like I say, left to their own devices right now.
So Sildar chimes in and says, What exactly did you see? Is it possible they were just trying to gather information like we are?
Yeah, but at the same time, the people who were cutting the throats of the good townsfolk of the Emerald Outpost, they just let this kid up and go. I don't have a good feeling about them. I haven't seen any clashing between them and the kobolds or the lizard people, so it feels like they're at the very least on the level with these people. Like they're on the same page with Vorgan Snacks and his friends. So it feels to me like
or these armed men.
D, all of the above.
Just to get up to snuff real quick, the inn is right here, right?
No, it is up here.
That's the inn. The minor exchange then is right here?
Down here.
And then where's Vorgan Max and his friend?
He's where Mike
Treasure
Wazowski
Manor.
lives.
Alright.
Maybe we barricade ourselves in here and stay the night and kind of hold out Alamo style, dude, until things calm down. I don't know. I mean,
I don't think they're leaving though. Like,
Yeah.
No, I
don't
agree,
think we're
dude. I'm
calming
just-
down. Yeah, I think at most
Yeah.
you wait for nightfall to have a better chance getting out of here unnoticed.
Yeah,
but-
that's kind of what I'm getting at.
Sildar says, "Is it? I wonder if it's possible if Vorganax seeks to enslave what remains of the town."
I definitely saw what looked to be enslaving. They were wrangling up the living. And I assume chattels or something like that. Zuni or just at weapon point. It didn't look like it was. They were having a fun time.
Yeah, generally. And so Sildar saw the cave situation as well, but he says, no, I wonder if, since the battle is won, if he wants his, greed and vanity wants, living worshippers. So he's leaving some of the townsfolk alive.
Not like this has happened before, Sultar. Know a lot, man. That's quite a guess.
I just know that dragons are vain. When Thordak occupied Amon, he left the vast majority of the city alive. Same is true of what I've read, anyway, of the white dragon that occupied the Dratmouth Ravine near where Draconia was. These are intelligent and evil and vain creatures.
Deadguth, what are these, like the cultists or like the people wearing? Are they wearing anything that we could kind of fancy up on us or some of the townsfolk to kind of look apart?
These are just bad mamma jammas. They are just rough-looking dudes, right? They're in chainmail. They've got daggers. They got swords. They are strapped to the gills. They are acclimated to violence, and I wouldn't say they're in anything conspicuous. We're not talking red robes on everybody,
No. But now that you think about it, thinking back over the scene you saw, they all did have a splash of green color on them, in not the most obvious way.
Talking like a random pouch or
one of them had like an armband on, the other one had a sash or a scarf, that kind of thing.
Okay.
One had a mask over his, had a scarf pulled up over his nose and mouth because it's cold.
In that case, the IFF, to be a dork about it, is some green. We could potentially try and throw a splash of green on everybody, and that looks to be there. Hey, Zuni, did the kids coming in and out of the thing have any green? Did the building have any green on it?
Did not.
It did not, and the kids didn't either?
No.
Copy. Yeah, it looks like they're using green armbands to communicate and things like that to communicate who's friends and who's foes.
You think that'd be something we'd be able to pull off, knowing that, like, what we look like, we're not exactly the kind of bunch that doesn't stick out.
Can,
And didn't they see us kill a bunch of people too? So, or like kill a bunch of their men?
I don't know that
Can-
anybody saw that.
Are we, like, is the whole room looking at us right now? Or are we kind of in a place where we can talk and not everybody's gonna hear us?
You guys are. I pictured in my head anyway that you guys. So, Aaronite and Doza both kind of like stood up on the table while you were away and made a grand proclamations. Doza asking for assistance from the town in locating a member of the clasp, and then he found somebody that he thought was a member of the clasp and called them out publicly, and they tried to bolt. And then he tried to have Dagoth break his legs, and Dagoth refused.
Oh, okay.
Classic.
And instead decided to follow him back
Lawful good.
and see what happened.
Okay. Yeah, lawful good.
Lawful good.
So the way I picture it is you guys have kind of, like backs to the crowd who are still looking at you guys expectantly at this point.
All right, I say I want to gather my party and kind of go into a separate room and just talk to them privately.
I'll stay behind and just try to like answer as many questions as I can just to keep them calm so things don't
They're calm with you
Nah.
threatening people to break their legs.
Yeah, I think I think we should all just go talk into a room.
Well, I mean, we're gonna leave them alone, dude, and just
We can leave them alone for like 5
I want to stay in there and watch the front.
I assume then Sildar says that I can stay down here and
Yeah.
attempt to keep everybody calm, make sure that wounds are treated, reinforce the windows, try and set this up as some sort of safe haven until we have a game plan.
Yeah.
I don't. Dagoth, did you see? Are they actively opening houses and looking for people? What are they? Should we be afraid that they're going to kick in the door at any moment?
Did I see anything like that, or was it mostly just wrangling people up in the streets?
There was the initial part where they were wrangling people in the streets.
Mhm.
And then since then, while you were watching during the short rest and while you were out, it seems a little bit more calm, more like inquisitorial packs, right? Like, what are you doing out of your house? That type of thing. They don't like your answer. Maybe it doesn't
Right.
go so well for you.
Yeah, not right now. It's they're mostly just patrolling the streets. They're trying to set up an occupying force. Really, they're not outright murdering people except for killing the wounded at the moment. But it didn't look like they were clearing house to house. They were more just patrolling and passing through.
Then perhaps we can be safe here for a time while we, come up with a game plan. I do agree, though, that the cover of night is probably our best case scenario. So I'll stay with the crowd, and you see him kind of start to bark out orders. He says, hey, listen, everyone, we will get. We are coming up with a plan. The Order of the Vibes is going to help us all get out of here safely. Let's make sure that all the wounded are treated. Let's bar the windows and the doors just in case, so that we have a safe place to rest until nightfall, and then we'll certainly be setting out at that point. So make sure you're packed and ready. He kind of leans over to you guys. Is it safe to potentially send, one or two people out looking for other survivors to bring back here?
No.
Okay.
I'm
I hate
gonna.
to leave everybody else who didn't happen to be in the inn to their own devices, but
can't see them all, dude.
Yeah, unfortunate circumstance, but we can't have anybody trace us back here. And the people that are out by themselves right now have a higher chance of survival if we're not out there looking.
okay, fair enough.
All right,
He goes back to the crowd.
I'm taking my group to a private room.
Yeah, up the stairs of the inn, there's the private rooms that you guys had slept in the night before. You can head up in that direction.
All right. Shut the door. All right, guys. So first things first that we all need to come to terms with. Not everybody's gonna make this out alive. We have 30 people with us. against an army and we're trying to sneak out of a town that's being ransacked, we're not gonna save everybody. So I think what we need to do is have all the men basically take up some arms, and the women and children are the priorities to get out safely. Now I have an idea, since Dadya said that these people have green armbands. What if we, and maybe including Sildar, put some green on us and act as, guards trying to escort the prisoners? It may be kind of suspicious because we're headed towards the outskirts of town to try to get away. I don't know how you guys feel about the sewers, because we don't really know the location of them. So it sounds like a lot of unnecessary work trying to find the sewers and then trying to get 30 people there to the sewers. I think the best course of action would probably be just to book it north. Or maybe I see how there's kind of like a densely populated area right here. Maybe we try to go through there because since it's so dense, it may less likely for us to be seen. Of course, we could have maybe Dadgost out ahead or somebody else with high stealth try to scout. But I think the biggest thing we have to realize is not all 30 of these villagers are going to make it out alive. And I think what we need to do is kind of let the men of this inn know, like, hey, we're counting on you guys to protect the women and children, along with, we're going to try to help protect everybody too. But they need to understand that they may not make it out alive, but we got to do what's best to try to get, their children and the women safe. Can you guys agree on that? Any thoughts?
I like it. I think we should also maybe come up with a distraction. Try and get them to look away first, and then we can try.
You said act like we're escorting prisoners, but they weren't taking prisoners. They were just slitting their throats, right?
No, they were taking prisoners. The throat slitting was a bunch of the wounded from the battle who were left on the battlefield. They were just going through and, finishing them off.
Okay.
Like, I could sneak out and do a skywrite somewhere on the other side of the town. Maybe lure them. That is splitting the party, though.
I'll go with you, Aaron.
I mean, I can turn into a frog, and no one's gonna give a shit about a frog, right? Just hop around, and then I can skywrite, and then I can turn back into a frog and meet up with you guys. So.
Well, I mean, I don't think your skywriting would have an effect on where you're located. I mean, I understand, like, I don't know if we could, set a bomb off or something somewhere, Get them all to look.
This guy wants to set off a bomb.
I am chaotic.
Is too much. It's too much.
Honestly, though, a bomb does sound like a good idea. I would think setting a fire somewhere, but I'm pretty sure most of the city is kind of on fire already, so another fire is not going to make much of a difference. But an explosion, or hell, Aaron, you could do a thunderstorm somewhere. Maybe that could draw some attention. I mean, lightning crashing down definitely would be,
I can certainly try, Azuni.
That's what
But-
Mercer would say.
I don't know, because I don't want to split us up, for one, and for two, I just want us to realize that not all 30 of these people in the inn are going to make it out alive. It's a very unrealistic expectation to think that we're going to get everybody out safely. Obviously, that would be the ideal 100% scenario, but we're kind of against the whole army, and we're trying to sneak 30 people out. So I do think trying to pose as, maybe some of these bandits or these infidels trying to take people prisoner, I think that would be a good plan. I'm sure me and Onion could definitely intimidate some people if they question us, like, yo, we're just doing what the dragon's asking us to do. Like, do you want to fucking fight or something about it? Like, I'm just doing my job, man. But,
It would
I
be
think-
crazy to try to go over to the miners' exchange and try to barter with those people or something like that, and to see if that guy saw a bunch of them. Maybe we lead those group of people there, just strike a deal with them or something like that. I don't know. See if any of them know some kind of sewer that kind of gives us a better shot at getting on instead of just running into the open, like making a break line for the tree.
Well, Zuni said it's kind of densely, or like a dense kind of tree line once we get outside of the city, which would be good cover. But the thing with the whole miners exchange and the clash, you know, I keep hearing that you guys had a great friend named Onion the Fang who just betrayed all of you. So these individuals don't sound like they're very just like, oh yeah, sure, we'll barter and we'll let all 30 of you pass safely. No, I think it's more going to be like, oh yeah, we're going to take all the women and children, and do you guys want to join us or do we have to kill you? You know, where I come from, we don't negotiate with terrorists. I'm sorry. But I really don't think going into the minor exchange and trying to negotiate with these people is going to be a possible good outcome. I think it's more, we may be okay. We may be able to get out fine, but the 30 people that we have in the inn will either be killed or will be taken hostage. And I think what our main objective is to get out of the city and try to save as many people as we can. Not save everybody, but as many people as we can save.
Zuni, what time is it right now?
It's like early, I believe.
Yeah, it's pretty early in the morning. I'd say after your hour short rest, you're probably 10:30, somewhere in that ballpark.
So I mean, it's not going to be nighttime for.
It's winter, so we got an edge there.
Yeah,
actually
maybe closer to 11.
Okay, like maybe sunsets at 5 p.m. or something.
Yeah, 5. Yeah, 5.
Still, it's 6 hours, and I mean, if they're
no arguments. I was just saying we got a little edge. It's not like we have to wait till 8 p.m.
This guy's telling me about how seasons work. Anyway,
hey, somebody has to.
Yeah.
I like your plans on it.
Different because there's 2 moons. I don't know.
I was gonna ask how that plays into it.
I like your plan. I think, yeah, some sort of distraction, and then Dadgoth and I can do Pass Without a Trace to help buff everybody's stealth, basically. Maybe Dadgoth leads us, I'm in the back. We do a distraction, we get the costumes, and we try and execute it.
Don't see any other better ideas.
Zuni, can I start looking around for a green that is appropriate for what I saw out there?
Oh yeah, make a perception check.
Sure.
I'm going to cast Guidance.
Alright, and I get a D4 for guidance, we say?
Yep. 18. The curtains in here are not. I mean, they're more of a hunter green versus more of the vibrant color that you saw.
Mm-hmm.
But might work.
Might work. I grab that with and with my dagger start kind of working away, trying to cut it into strips, making some especially long strips for the 2 orcs in particular.
Yeah, easy enough to do. You shred the curtains of the inn you once wanted to own.
Somebody did. That guy doesn't strike me as a property owner type.
Desecration of my inn will not be tolerated.
I'm sure I will get an invoice from Aaronite years down the road for this one.
We were supposed to have a backstory where we knew each other, and now
Aaron just keeps getting betrayed by his
It's
friends.
sad. It's sad.
So what's the game plan here? The plan of attack?
I think like we said, best course of action is wrangle everybody up, try and do what we can to. This reminds me. Back when Onion had the bag of holding, she ditched it while we were in the inn, which would have expelled all the contents, which was like a shit ton of weapons that we looted from the manor.
Yep.
I think it gets shot into the void, though.
Is it the void or is it spit back into?
No, you specifically said that you.
Oh damn! This guy got
them-
the receipts.
You left them in the room, and then the inn was closed thereafter because.
Right. Was that taken as as what do you call it, evidence, or are those still just like kicking around in here?
They're not in the room. You can maybe ask the inn owner if they were there when he took possession of the place.
Yes.
They were definitely in the room, I believe. Oh, the inn owner.
They're not now. Is what I'm getting at. Like,
I will.
I don't know if I'm gonna open up a bed and breakfast if I'm gonna leave a bunch of
random weapons strewn about. I will go seek him out in the crowd.
All right, so you head back downstairs, leaving your friends kind of still upstairs chatting a little bit, and you find him. He says, "Well, this is quite the pickle we've gotten ourselves into. I didn't realize that Emerald Outpost was quite this crazy."
Yeah,
it's nervously.
It's been getting crazier ever since we got here, and we're trying to get the hell out, frankly.
Can I go with you?
You certainly can, because you're with me, buddy.
Okay.
When you,
I don't think he liked me, but
well, he's just like that. You live sniffing tree farts all that time. You're gonna be a little wonky about people too. I'm a little wonky about people myself.
Well, I like you if it's any consolation.
That is, and I appreciate it.
I hate
When
this.
when you came back to reopen the inn, was there a bunch of weapons left in one of the rooms? And if so, do you still have them?
You know what? There actually was. There was one room in particular that had like spears and swords and all sorts of just crazy stuff in it. What did I do with those? I think I put them in the cellar because I don't really. I meant to sell them to the blacksmith. I don't even know if she's alive anymore. Oh goodness. But yeah. Sorry. Short answer is I think yes. I think I've got them still in the cellar.
Is the cellar accessed through the exterior, or is there a way down inside?
No, you can get to it inside, back in the kitchen. Here, let me show you. And he takes you back into behind the bar, and then there is a door at the end of the bar that opens up into a kitchen area where the meals are made and things like that. One end, there is a trap door that leads down into a cellar area that is unlit, but he kind of grabs a candle and brings it down with you guys, and it flickers. Let me, illuminating the area slightly, but let me pull up and see what was in.
I may have that too. Hang on. 12 spears, 6 short swords, 4 long swords, 6 light crossbows, and 8 quivers holding 20 crossbow bolts each.
Yep, that is it. That was the entire armory under Trezendor Manor.
Yeah, we sure did. Okay. The long
Look on this
game.
dragon.
The long game. Oh my goodness. All right.
Is this helpful?
This is very helpful, and I'm glad you saved this. This could really make a big difference for us in what's to come here. And so,
good. My parents, God rest their souls, always said I was a bit of a pack rat.
Yeah, and that's really paid off. So you should feel good about what you've done here. Will you give me a hand getting this stuff upstairs, please?
Yeah. And he, grabs a couple spears and starts heading up. All in all, it'll take you guys a couple trips once you make it up there.
I don't know, dude. I got 19 strength with my gloves. Is it going to take me a couple trips, or can I carry all the groceries in one shot?
There's a lot of stuff there. There was a whole lot of stuff there. You can carry a lot of it, though.
Fair enough.
As soon as you get to the top of the stairs, Sildar sees you and sends a couple people down to help you. So you get it. You guys get it pretty quick.
Wonderful. Thank you.
So what was the game plan here? You were going to gather up and arm all the men, and then do what?
I say we fucking. I mean, oh shit. I guess if we're doing the whole driving slaves somewhere thing, it wouldn't make sense.
I would
for
say we arm the men with inconspicuous weapons. So maybe
short swords, crossbows.
you know, things that they can kind of conceal so we can, because we're gonna have to act. Obviously the men are gonna be the ones that we have to have as prisoners. Like, you know, we can't just have them all walking with us escorting prisoners. We're gonna have to have like, maybe we can get a few of them to pose as guards with us, but we can't just be like, you know, people are gonna have to kind of make some fake like shackles, maybe get some rope and do some loose knots on everybody. That way, it kind of looks like they're prisoners. It's definitely got to be kind of pain in the ass, but like I think it's the best course of action that we got. And I do think we need to make an announcement that not everybody's gonna make this out alive. The priority is gonna be the women and children, and I think the men need to know that, hey, you guys are putting your life on the line to help protect this town and get these people safe. We thank you for that, but we don't want you to have the expectation that everybody's going to make it out alive. They need to understand the gravity of the situation. We're not just going to walk out there, you know, hop, skip, and jump over to the forest line and be free. We may have to fight. We may lose some people, but that's just the price we have to pay to try to get everybody out. I mean, I can make the announcement if you guys want.
Yeah, I mean, Dad got -2 charisma, so that's not my bailiwicks. But yeah, I think you're right. We gotta at least prep them for what's
gonna
I
happen.
mean, you can just reel it to me, dude, and I'll spin it.
I mean, I pretty much just told you, like, you know, not, hey, some of you are about to die, but like, we gotta try to get as many people out as we can, and we need you to stand up and help fight for your.
Just try to rally them all up. Yeah.
Yeah. You know,
Okay.
I say we tell them what the plan is, you know, because we gotta kind of play the part. Everybody has to kind of do their part to play the part, so we can try to get as close to that outskirts of the town as we can before we just fucking dip and run.
Okay. I shall rally them. Air Knight. Guidance.
I cast guidance on Doza. Yeah.
Brothers and sisters of the Emerald Outpost, we have come up with a plan. We don't seem to have a whole lot of options. We feel like this is the best we can do with what we have. We need to recognize the gravity of the situation. Not all of us may make this out alive, but we need the bravery and strength of our men to help us all through and get the women and children out to safety. Below, we have stashed a bunch of armaments, various crossbows, and the plan is to kind of disguise ourselves that we're taking prisoners and use a little bit of subterfuge. Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
Hey, you're good.
You hear a guy in the back. Yeah, that sounds right to me.
Thanks, Corey.
And try to deceive and avoid combat at all costs, but if we must, some of us may end up laying down our lives for the good of the community so that our children and our children's children may live to reclaim the Emerald Outpost and take back. So I ask you, men, are you with us?
Make a persuasion check.
roll. Fuck yeah!
+1d.
+1. Whoops.
Oh, you got a perfect 20, dude. Like,
Let's fucking go. And I rip my shirt off, dude. Just getting everyone psyched, dude.
Yeah, so you start to hear some like applauding and cheering throughout the inn. Everybody seems pretty into the plan, and Sildar kind of pulls on you and says, "Good. I think that we've given them hope. So, are you proposing that we just make a break for it?"
They seem to think that maybe wait until it gets a little bit darker, maybe to hold out. You know, it gives us a little bit more time to dress our wounds, arm up, create some disguises, get some rope, gather as much material as we can that can give us the best possible outcomes with this. Obviously moving underneath the darkness or evening is better than going out in broad daylight. And maybe when things start calming down a little bit, maybe guards start getting tired or eating their own dinner and whatnot, and maybe security's a little bit on the lower side, and then we make a run for the tree line.
Well, but that's not exactly. We're not just making a break for it.
Right.
To short answer the question, no, we're not making a break for it. We're going to make it look like we are a gang of these bandits escorting a bunch of these slaves out of the town elsewhere, wherever.
And we'll try to talk our way out of any problem. Talk first instead of fight, but if it comes down to it.
Yep.
Okay.
If it talks down to it, or if it comes down to it, we, the group, the Order of the Vibes, need to try to, like, hey, like, that's the thing. It's like, if we need the men to make sure they know, like, hey, if we get found out, we need you guys to step up and hold them off while we try to get the rest of the women and children out. I mean, it's kind of, like, sad that, like, hey, we might leave you guys behind, but it's like, hey, your kids, your wife. I mean,
we're literally better than you.
We're not going to stick around. You have to stick around, but it'll probably be fine.
These heroes, right?
Yeah. You guys have fun with all this, is what I'm saying.
Take some fucking pride in your town, man.
Some of you may die, and that's a sacrifice that we are willing to make.
Absolutely willing to make.
The Order of the Vibes. We know this.
It's definitely a vibe, dude. It's definitely a vibe.
Not for nothing. I mean, I'm also pro fucking arming everybody. Like, because I get the concealed weapons. The spears, I think, are probably out. I don't know about the long swords. I guess anyway, I think we should do whatever we can to just get the weapons distributed among everybody. Like, as much as we can.
Yeah.
Like what? Go into the kitchen and get like the knives?
No. I mean, just the sheer amount of stuff we have. I think we have, let me see, 12 spears alone. Jesus Christ. Of course, we have, like, the least concealable thing in the greatest abundance. Short swords, long swords, crossbows alone is 16 people armed. And then we have the 12 spears on top of that. So, like I said, I'd like to try and get things as evenly distributed as we can. It's the winter. People wearing kind of longer clothing, Zuni.
Generally, yeah. Everybody you see is in kind of winter garb.
Should we fucking spears? Sorry, are what like does it say like quite what size they are?
They stand about 5 foot in length or so.
Is there a short spear or something like that?
Like in the game, actually.
Yeah, exactly, literally.
I don't know.
Spear.
Could they take could we break the spears and use like daggers or something?
That's kind of what I'm getting at. Is there something we can do to maybe daggers is like the right size, at that point, just something you could stick somebody with up close.
Yeah, I'm sure you could work something out like that.
Cool. I just didn't want to put put it on you, but like, here, we've invented a new weapon, like fucking figure that out, right?
No, it's fine. Normally they do 1d6 and a dagger does 1d4, so I think 1d4 is probably more accurate because you're not able to thrust as hard, given the shortened length of it.
Yeah, can we start lopping the fucking ends off those things and getting them distributed and tucked away on people?
Sure. And you guys have a couple hours till dark. Is there any other preparations you want to make? Do you want to...
I would like to hit the cellar and see about more food, because it's about, 3 days back to what you call in Amon?
It is, yeah. So you go down to the cellar. There is like a cask of mead and wine. There is provisions. This place is not like crazy stocked, right? But it has a decent reserve of food. Not prepared food, though, generally speaking, right? It's all.
I'm looking for like salted meat or like shit like that'll keep over the trip.
Make a perception check. Sure. Or an investigation check, rather. Sorry.
Drats.
Yeah, most of what he has here is cooked fresh. There's not a lot in the way of spoilable. You do recall, though, that there is an adventuring gear provisioner in town that you could maybe see if they have rations, if they're still alive, or
That's a
want to loot them.
where can you indicate that building for me?
Right there.
Okay, just a little northeast. Okay. Yeah, that's definitely something I will make note of, and I guess communicate to the gang that I couldn't find a lot of food to pack with us, but if we want to try and hit the building, there's one just northeast of us that might have some rations that we can try and pack for the road to make sure everybody gets through this as best we can.
Anybody else?
This doesn't count as a long rest.
Does not. You can only long rest once a day, and you just finished one a couple hours ago.
Can't change my.
No, not unfortunately.
Wait, that was a long rest? I thought it was rest.
Yeah, it's a short rest.
Punching things.
So, Dadgot, did you want to venture out and go look for stuff before you guys headed out, or?
I can give you guidance, and hopefully you can sneak.
And also, are you muted?
Who?
Dadgot?
Oh, he said BRB a second.
Ah, okay.
He's pooping.
Alright, guys, I'm ready, but hold that thought.
Yeah,
In
Braveheart
the
starts the
meantime, I
charge,
would like
and
to
Dadgot is like, whoa,
wrestle
whoa,
Onion.
whoa. Okay. Onion, do you accept?
What was that?
Doza would like to arm wrestle you while you are passing the time.
I don't want to embarrass him in front of all these people.
I cast guidance on.
Go.
Let's go!
Is this a strength check?
Athletics.
Athletics.
Oh, okay.
Alright.
Get fucked.
Don't forget
Hey.
your. Yeah, no, there's a little bit of tension there, but she pretty quickly slams your knuckles against the table.
And breaks his arm.
I told you. I didn't want to embarrass you.
So, Dagot, did you want to go check and look for provisions?
Not gonna roll solo to that. If I go upstairs, can I look and see what it looks like to that building? Is see if there's anybody out there, patrols, things like that.
Yeah, you might have to. You remember how there was that little outside stairwell? You may have to step
yes.
out onto the stairwell and look out in that direction. And you
If I
would
peek
get
out are the windows so barricaded down on the ground level that I can't see out them?
Yeah, they've been working at it pretty good. It would be a pretty obstructed view.
Yeah,
Like
so,
the
okay.
tables have been repurposed and whatnot.
Yeah, say no more. Say no more. I'm not gonna push that. I would say that I guess, does anybody want to go and check that out? Should we go and try and grab that and anything else we think might be useful?
Can you repeat that? I'm sorry.
No. Just northeast of us is the Adventurers Outfitting building. Initially, I was thinking Adventurers Provisions. Yeah. Initially, I was thinking go and get some rations and stuff to help because it's a 3-day trip and it's a lot of people. But there may be other useful stuff in there.
I think we could just.
I think it hurts to check it out if we can just. Quick mission, in and out, no problem.
20
minute
minutes.
adventure.
No rushing.
Yeah, it's no rush.
Anyway, just a thought. We could do it. We don't have to. We could just try and get the fuck out of here. I don't think there's anything wrong with trying to be.
I mean, you're pretty resourceful with your poo berries, dude. So.
Poo berries are special for old bones.
I'm sure you could bag us a boar on the way. I have all the faith in you.
Maybe we send Dadgoth the reports back what he found, and then we can all help. Maybe. If...
Just sending Dadgoth to his death.
I mean, I'll give him guidance, and I mean, he should be able to stealth up there.
I don't know, man.
I'll go with that.
What if we what if me and Dadgoth go? We try out the whole little green on us to see if it works as a disguise.
I am willing to give that a shot.
Yeah,
Did I see any half orcs or whatever these guys are out there before Zuni, or was it all humans? Or did I guess I meant not that specifically, but
Yeah,
mixed bag or?
it was a mixed bag. You did not see any half orcs specifically, though.
Sure,
You did notice one was at least half elven.
Cool. Okay, so fair play. Yeah, I mean, I'd be willing to give that a shot.
Let's give,
See if we
give it a
can't take
little
a
test
stroll.
run.
Yeah. Anybody else wanna come with?
I think 3 would be a good number, honestly.
Oh, no.
I could be your horse, so you look like a cap.
Ooh.
Aeronite just wants
Little
people to ride him,
prestige.
dude.
Dude, Aeronite is all about being fucking ridden.
There's some
Ride me, Dad.
weird fetish stuff happening.
There
Hey,
really
yo.
is. This guy started playing D&D just to LARP as a horse being ridden by another character.
Or I could turn into a wolf, and I could be like your guard wolf, and people would maybe respect you more.
There you go. See the way you say people.
Love the creativity.
I do like it. I also don't mind having a surreptitious fucking extra body with us.
I mean, Aeronite is better healer than I am, so if you need heals.
Do they have any like pets? Did you notice that, Goth? Like wolves or dogs? Like we could have Aeronite disguised as like a dog or a wolf.
Yeah,
Seem
did I
like
notice anything like that?
It might be a little easier to pull off than.
Yeah, we shouldn't like raw dog like these fucking an alpha half orc and a fucking wolf is a little maybe, right? But I know wolves, hobgoblins have also like kept wolves in the caves and stuff we've been into.
Mhm.
So you remember the encounter where you were fighting in the streets. There was an animal-like creature that was the guard drake, but I don't believe that classifies as a beast. I'm checking real quick. And then you also saw an 8-legged lizard creature that you can make a nature check to see if you understood what it was or if you recognized it. What'd you roll?
16.
Yeah, this isn't something you've encountered before. Unfortunately. The guard drake is a dragon, not a beast, so that wouldn't work here, Nate.
Well, I do know another dragon, but he's a different color, and I feel like that's kind of a dead giveaway with dragons, right?
Mm-hmm. Generally speaking, and also you can't be shaped into dragons. They have to be beasts. Dragons are classified differently.
What are dragons classified as?
As dragons, they're their own classification.
They're their own class.
All right, let's 3 of us then, unless we want to all go.
Think perhaps one half orc is enough.
Yeah, I think you're probably right there. Let's give it a shot, right? Let's do a little probe with the costumes. Let's do our best to blend in and look shitty, I guess.
Yeah, because we're only going to the little adventure place up the.
Yeah, it's 3 buildings up, basically.
Okay.
You should do your best impression of your shitty friend Onion the Fang.
I am really channeling Onion the Fang the Great on this. Just a pure opportunist who saw, a new boss in town and just started licking boot immediately.
Fucking no, bro.
Now, a meta question for you, Zuni. Is it if a person is unsuspecting of us, are we able to do like a one-hit kill kind of thing on them, or is it always got to roll out as combat?
It'll roll out as combat. There's no coup d'etat rules, and
Okay, so it's like me and Dad Goth walk into the little
yeah.
adventure place. There's 2 guards there. We can't just like
Break his
and then
legs.
take their outfits or whatever.
no, you can't.
Alright.
There's no there was in 4th edition actually, interestingly enough, but only for rogues, assassination rogues in particular. And that was replaced in 5e, so it doesn't do instant kill. It does double damage, auto crit.
Is that sneak attack or whatever?
No, sneak attack's different.
Sneak
It
attack's
just
different.
is assassination. If you attack somebody, if you surprise somebody, you basically auto crit is what it is, and you have advantage on the attack, so you get sneak attack. So your sneak attack doubles damage too.
Big dammies, no whammies. The bode special. Who's
Yeah.
rolling a rogue?
Yep.
Versus soul.
So anyway, yeah, the short answer is no. You can't auto kill somebody.
All right, Dad Goth, you ready?
I think I'm ready. Who's Doza's the third?
Oh, I thought Aaron and I was.
I think Aeronite was gonna wild shape, but I feel like that's pushing it. You know, I think a human makes sense. There was a lot of. I guess I didn't see any fucking casters though. I'm torn.
I'm wearing just like leather armor, dude. Hard leather.
Yeah,
armor.
fair play. Yeah, do your best.
Like
do
a
your
cat.
best to look a fucking ruffian.
Doza's got more
grab one of the
charisma,
shorts.
so you know he could be helpful. But I
Yeah,
will be
he
able to
could
give you
be. Yeah, we got some big intimidation, some big charisma, and some longbow. So I say we hit it.
Good deception as well.
You still have your fingers, Doza? If somebody asks, you could be like, hey, I got finger collection, and I think that'd be a pretty good
And then I throw
persuasion.
pocket sand in the thighs, dude.
I think the patron fucking dissolved the finger bag.
Okay.
Lawful good, folks.
Lawful good.
Lawful good.
It's all a matter of
Knee-breaking,
perspective.
finger taken.
It's lawful good.
Warlock.
Lawful good for who? We don't know. That's not important right now, though. Getting these fine folk are. Let's go.
All right, let's go poke around. I don't know. Hope we don't fuck this up, right?
All right.
So
So
you
you're
cast
not
a
trying
guidance on Dad Goth before.
You're not trying to be stealthy. You're trying to be deceptive. Is that accurate?
Yes.
Yeah, we're not trying to grab attention, but we're also not trying to like stay out of it either. We're just kind of moseying, just trying to blend in, right?
All right.
Is that the
Yep.
vibe that we're going? We're just blending in, like looks like nothing's
I think that's the hope. Yeah.
All right. We have our green on, right?
Yeah, we put on our green bands to try and indicate. Did I notice which arm they were on, or was it just wherever they felt like it?
It was in different places. So one
It was
had
in
him on
different
his
places.
arm, the other guy
Yeah.
had like a scarf pulled up over his nose, that type of thing.
Yep, Dad got his tied around his arm.
I'm gonna wear mine like a headband.
Perfect.
I'm gonna wear mine like a small.
Like a what?
You mean a shama?
Sure.
I think yeah. You talking Afghanistan?
Yeah.
Okay, he's talking yeah.
Smog, right? Where's the Shimo?
I
I
don't
thought it was smog. Alright, anyways.
Smog is a dragon in Lord of the Rings, I think.
I don't know the pronunciation, and I know the spelling.
Okay, so why don't you guys are, heading out to the main road and then heading kind of in that northeasternly direction. You do see that the street is kind of just covered in there's little pools of blood that litter all throughout the white, right, that are there. You do see 2 human males kind of heading towards you. I want each of you guys to make a performance check. We're going to do a group check here.
Uh-oh.
Oh, baby. Just give me the Oscar right now.
Sick.
Dad Goth, you have got.
I do have guidance. Let me roll my d4, please. Sick, dude.
So that's 2 passes, 1 fail. Not a natural
Not a
one.
natural.
One.
It's somehow below that.
Yeah. A natural would have been -1. Right. So as they are, let me roll this.
Oh.
As they walk past you, they kind of look oddly at Dagoth, and then they make eye contact with you, Doza, and then kind of give you a nod and continue on their way.
And then?
So that's 3 passes, 1 fail. So you're good.
Jesus Christmas. Okay, I guess we continue on, right?
Mhm.
Yep.
So you
So
make your way.
Nice going, Dad.
Dude, that's not my specialty.
Nope, apparently not.
Yep, I got that.
You make your way over to Barathan's Provisions. The kind of glass windows are shattered inward. The body of the owner, who you had done business with, actually, you were delivering a cart of goods to him all the way back the first time that you had all kind of ventured out of Amon together. His body lies on the street, dead. Apparently, just looking around the street, there was probably a breath attack that landed somewhere in this area and killed several people whose bodies still remain on the street. You're starting to get the feeling, Dagoth, that during the initial attacks, Vorgonax targeted merchants and or people of kind of higher echelon of society within town.
It's all coming together.
Because they like gold, right? That's the thing.
Yeah, they're greedy little fuckers. Like they don't
Yeah.
necessarily want to just kill everybody because they're like a monster, right? It's just like they do have
Monopoly thing.
an ego to stroke and like their own desires and things like that. So
And anybody with any standing in town, he doesn't want anybody to even compete against him, potentially,
Yep.
So anyway, the shop is yours.
I am looking for those rations.
I'm looking for potions.
I'm keeping guard. I'm holding security. Just let them know if I see anybody coming through, if I need to just warn anybody.
Sure. So you've been in this shop a couple times, Dagoth. It's easy enough to find where the rations are. The kind of, shelving that they were sitting on is knocked over, but you're able to kind of push it aside with 19 strength and see that there is, some rations underneath there. So go ahead and collect, probably has on hand about 11 rations total.
Any backpacks?
There is one that looks like it is in decent shape. Yep.
I start packing that bad boy as much as I can.
Yeah, it's kind of hanging on the wall. It's made out of leather. Fine craftsmanship, but as with everything, there's, kind of like a little bit of like acidic pockmarks and things like that on it from the recent attacks.
Yeah, this is acid dragon, right? Not poison. We said, just to remind myself.
I forget. Let me double check. No, acid's black, I think.
Yep.
Maybe I'm wrong.
I'm pretty sure.
I kind of feel like you're right.
Yeah, it's poison. My bad.
No worries. I'm not being a dick, right? Is there anything I can glean from the poison using my poisoner's kit at all?
So there's almost like a small residue left on the snow, but it's been, at least an hour or two at this point, so it's kind of hard for you to glean much out of it.
Right.
Have you gotten any poison yet?
No, I've whiffed it
My
on
God,
every single
dude.
roll.
I've had that for a long time.
I try my
secure
ass
some
off to fit it
poison.
in, and it's just never worked out for me.
It hasn't, not yet.
But I'm just hoping to find out something that might be at least good as an antidote for poison, right? I think that would be the counter to it. Anything
Poison
I can do to
tipped
help.
arrows.
No, not even that. Trying to help mitigate it, more than anything. But anyway, no, it's too old, right? But, so,
Well,
alrighty.
let me make a poisoner's kit roll.
With disadvantage.
So it is. You can definitely think of it almost like a sarin gas or something along those lines, right? It's one of those things that it is definitely a poisoned gas type attack that he breathes out. You can tell because if it were more of a liquid, you would expect that it wouldn't necessarily curl around corners quite like it does and fill up the space and get up high onto the shelving. But there's this high, almost green layer of some residue that is hard to identify. That when you hold it up to your mouth, it makes to your nose, it kind of makes you cough. Not really much that you can do with that residue at this point, but you can tell that it is, in fact, it is very caustic. In order to protect yourself against something like this, there is items that can give you resistance to poison damage, but and there's also potions, but this is different from the condition of being poisoned, right? This is like a thing that attacks you instantly as opposed to, infects you and does damage over time.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
It does.
That's what you're able to glean from it.
I'm more than happy with that. Thank you.
Yep, no problem. Zodic, go ahead and make an investigation roll, as I don't think you've been in this shop before.
All right. Oof.
Big oof.
Yeah, looking around, you're not able to find anything that resembles poisons or anything. You can see there's like a bag of ball bearings, and there's just other general adventuring supplies, but you're not seeing anything that looks like a potion case or anything like that.
All right. Do I see any small weapons that I'm able to pick up?
Now, this shop doesn't appear to deal in weapons. It seems to deal in more adventuring supplies. There is a blacksmith shop in town that you've heard of. Maybe you haven't visited it yet, but this is not that shop.
Well, it was worth a try.
Yes, it was.
And we know that disguises can be pulled off, so that's a good... It's a positive. Alright, you think we should go back to the inn?
Yeah, unless
Those
there's
looks
anything else.
clear.
Yeah, I got a backpack going. Unless there's anything else we want to grab, but I'm happy with some rations. I don't think we need to spend too much time.
Mm-hmm.
And is the coast indeed clear, Zuni?
You got some light blankets, maybe?
You peek your head out. You don't see anything. Yeah, there is, cold weather gear. Obviously, he's stocked up on winter clothing and such. So yeah, you can grab some blankets and things like that.
Yeah, let's get some small blankets, especially for like the kids. It's wintertime, of course.
Yeah, peek your head out. Make a perception check. 19. Yep. You peer down both ways of the street. You're not seeing anything, any movement that catches your eye.
Cool. Anything else we want to hit? Doza, you think of anything in the shop?
Not off the top of my head, no. Just got the
Yeah.
essentials, dude.
Yeah, exactly. Keep them warm, keep them fed. Yeah,
Keep them
let's
warm,
get
keep them
outta here.
fed, dude.
We got enough weapons, I think. I don't think we need to fart around any longer. Yeah, I reckon we.
Let's
we head
boogie
on back.
on back.
Alright.
All right, easy enough. You guys make your way back to the inn, kind of knock on the door, and peer through one of the cracks. You see like some eyes looking through the slits where the boards are covering the window, and then there's some motion inside, and they let you in.
Well, guys, good news. The disguises work like a charm. And we also got some rations and some blankets just for the trip.
Bro.
All right.
Are we just
So,
waiting it out till night? I guess.
Yeah, I guess so.
Is there anything you guys want to do?
want to do?
You want a rematch, Doza?
Hell yeah, dude. Let's fucking go.
I cast guidance.
I don't need no fucking guidance, dude. Alright, I slam my arm on the table, dude. God damn it, dude. Damn!
Oh my god, all day. All day.
Can I break the table this time?
21's not quite table.
No.
Drag me, dude.
Hold on.
What a drag, dude.
Hold on. I have guidance.
Oh,
Fuck.
That's not good, right? You can definitely slam his knuckles down pretty hard again. This time he braces himself a little bit better and puts up a slightly better fight, but it's still only like 2 or 3 seconds. Almost like you're like playing with a kid and you're letting him win for a second, and then you just smack him on the table.
fuck.
Doza
try
takes
something a little
2d6 damage.
Aaron, let me arm wrestle you.
Can I turn into a bear?
Fresh.
Nah, I'm not gonna.
Oh my god, you're afraid I'm gonna beat you. Alright.
So anything else you guys want to do, or are you guys going to just rest up and continue your preparations to get out of town this evening?
Aaron, play us a song on the guitar.
I don't. Dagoth has a guitar. I'd like to tell the children a story, though, to try and
The story of the Five Fingers.
the story of the inn that once.
It's still here.
Make a performance check.
Please no. Oh.
Big.
You watch as Aaronite sits down on one of the only chairs that is kind of left. The place is in pretty big disarray, but there is a fire in the hearth, and he sits down, and some of the children kind of gather around and seem enthralled as he's telling this story of this magical inn that would travel from plane to plane. It popped into the Feywild, and then it came back to the material plane. It's just this fascinating story that he weaves. The kids seem thoroughly entertained over the course of the little bit.
Does the current owner of the inn see this?
No, he doesn't seem to be paying attention to what's happening over there.
Should we try to get his attention?
I lean over to Doza and I grab him by the shirt and say, "Don't take this away."
Hey man, I want the inn as much. I want you to have the inn as much as the next guy.
Oh, I'll be back for this end.
I mean, I'm all for breaking his legs just to, then you could claim disability and have to sell the inn.
Lawful good.
Yep. Lawful good for you.
No, I don't have anything else planned doing unless somebody else has something they want to do. I can't think of anything.
That guy, sing us a song.
Dagoth ain't singing. No, Dagoth got a literal 0 on a fucking performance roll earlier. He's not singing a thing.
Some of the Ooga Booga rituals.
Of the cold weather stuff that we got, is there anything we have that could at least like lightly obscure Nide as a what? Are you bronze? I forget, Nide.
No, I'm a red.
Yeah, at least cover up some of the red, considering.
The Red Prince.
Does anybody have a disguise kit?
Ooh, I don't.
Or an altering appearance spell?
No one's got prestidigitation.
We used to have somebody like that.
Yeah. You could try to. It's going to be really difficult to conceal him without, like a disguise kit that would contain.
Maybe we can just put him in a bag.
Makeup or something like that.
Put him in a bag.
He can be a quote-unquote prisoner.
There's also a large tail to contend with while trying to hide him.
Well, there's dragon people walking around, right? So like that, or is Dragonborn like that, like wildly different? I guess that.
It is pretty different.
Yeah. Okay.
You haven't seen any Dragonborn with these guys, but
you wouldn't expect them to be like, oh, look, it's just another dragon motherfucker.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Then
they are pretty rare though, so maybe it would fool somebody. I don't know.
Cool. Worth thinking about. And I got nothing. Nothing else.
Okay. All right. So the day turns towards night, and you can see as you peer out the top window of the inn, you can see that there's occasional patrols through the town, but generally speaking, it is fairly quiet. You keep a weary eye towards Tresendor Manor, or what's left of it, and see little movement. Whether in or out of the place. Things seem to be calmed down, and the new leader appears to be contently occupying. But you watch as kind of the sun starts to crest behind the horizon, the skies, the yellows and oranges of fall or of winter, giving way to kind of deeper purples as night begins to fall. What's the plan here?
Are
We
you
already
ready to
dished
fucking
out the
do it?
arms to people and stuff like that.
We can assume that you guys
Okay.
distributed arms and
Rations
gave
and all
everybody
that
who
stuff.
needed it their strips of green cloth.
Do we want to do that distraction or just try to straight up raw dog it?
Do we have a good distraction?
I can skywrite. I could cast a thunderstorm.
Thunderstorm.
Sildar says, do we want to create something that might draw the dragon's attention?
Yeah, it's kind of, and you'd be wasting a spell slot in case you need it for later.
No, I can cast a skywrite as a ritual, so I can say put some message in the sky like our deal's off, see you soon, or something like, or we want to talk. We're coming from the south.
I'm up for whatever. I
Sildar
don't
says the green dragons are notoriously intelligent. I don't know that I would try to play a trick on him if it were me.
I mean, we tried it once successfully, so
Yes.
we've tricked dragons before.
Old hat.
Yeah, I heard about that
If you're
lizard
confident.
who tricked the dragon.
If you're
I
confident
got
in
the
your
kill.
abilities, then
Yeah, I mean, I can make a thunderstorm somewhere, and I can throw some lightning bolts into some.
I think there are people in the buildings. Or at least we don't know if there are people in the buildings. Like, there are still people alive in town who aren't these ding-dongs.
Let's just make a break for it then. Nice and easy then.
I got this. We could light some shit on.
Well,
I mean, we
Sonic
just.
would have wanted.
You just went to that other building. Was it abandoned? Was anybody in that plate where you got the food? Was
Nope, that was...
we could
cleared
set that
out
on
pretty
fire
bad.
and cut the opposite direction. I don't...
It's pretty close to us. We'd have to do it on our way out or something like that. And even then, that's drawing people our way. It's... Yeah. Or, because otherwise we're, I guess, cutting through... Hang on, where's my little draw? Like, that way, I guess we could do it. And hope for the best. Or we could... I guess, yeah, Iman is west of us, is that right?
Yep, about 3 days west-northwest.
And is there a decent tree line that direction?
There is a ways out. Yep, the clearing that this area is built into gives way. After I don't know what 300, 400, 500 feet into it narrows down into the Emerald Path that you guys traveled on to get here, which was, as you recall, dense forested on both sides.
That's not bad. If we want to torch that fucking building and go out to the west, we'll be headed in the right direction, right?
Yeah, the path technically comes out here.
Right.
Yeah, that's the
But
way.
that's a
it goes
lot of
south.
that's a lot of town to cover to get that
Mhm.
way. Can we at least cut out decently this way and then make our way down south from there?
Yep. There's like a little stream that comes along like here. And you could maybe go all the way to the stream and then follow it south to the river, something like that, or south to the path.
I was gonna say, why don't we just try to like cut through here because it's kind of dense, be better cover, and then we.
Where's here? I don't see your thing. Oh, sorry.
So like
Up towards
come
the
out of
apple
the
orchard.
inn, go towards the apple orchard. There's a lot more cover, and then we could head towards this like little stream. We may have to backtrack around there, but it's a quicker way through instead of having to go through the whole town.
Yeah, I like that. And I feel like if we go this way, you're going right through the town square, right? So
yeah,
presumably pretty good activity. So makes sense to me.
All right. So you guys have given some of the men, their green scarf as well as arms, and then armed everybody else the best you could, so that they could conceal weapons. And you guys are going to set out as if you are taking prisoners out to the river, or
yeah, I guess kind of up towards the orchard to the river, and then kind of making our way towards Amon from there.
Okay.
Dadgoth and I should probably pass that a trick.
Yeah, I'd like to at least try and minimize it. Yeah. So I agree.
Okay.
We're deceiving, but I think if we can avoid
I think
the
one of you guys would cover
would be
it,
enough.
for sure.
I think I have spell slots to spare. Yeah, I'm pretty good.
Yeah, it just gives everybody in 30 feet a bonus. So you
Mine's
take
a
the
racial
time-
trait.
Oh, is that? I'm sorry, I don't know anything about that. Does it make more sense for you to do it?
It doesn't. I mean, it doesn't take up my healing slots or anything.
Oh, I just mean
I think you still have to use a spell slot to cast it, don't you?
I don't
That
know.
is a ritual.
I can't cast it as a ritual. I know that.
Yeah, it's not a ritual spell.
It's one of my traits.
It's just extra spells on your spell list from being an elf or whatever, I think.
A Skenazi.
My spell slots are mainly used for Hunter's Mark, so I don't mind burning one. I mean, you have more important thing to do with your spell slots if things go south, is all I'm thinking.
This is very true.
Yeah, I think you still have to use a spell slot here, Aeronite, if you want to cast it.
You can.
It just adds that spell to.
Trait.
Just have Dad do it.
Cool. I cast Pass Without a Trace on everybody.
Okay. So are you guys trying to be sneaky as well?
Yeah, I think we're kind of taking a little bit of a back alley here, right? We're cutting through that little place like Zodic has lined up. I think ideally we avoid everything altogether, and then we just have the facade, the costume, whatever you want to call it.
It's like a backup.
Yeah, in case we do roll up on anybody.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
And I think somebody scared up some rope to at least make it look like we had folks bound together and stuff too.
Yeah. We'll say that you guys took care of that during the time that you were holed up in the inn. So you guys file out of the inn in this elaborate, sneaky ruse where you try to stealthily cross the road over into this kind of alleyway where there's a bunch of buildings and then into the orchard. Let's make a group stealth check. Add 10 to your roll, please.
Let's fucking go, dude. Go.
Sneaky Doze, they call him.
I don't need no stinking plus 10, dude. I'll give mine to Zodic.
Okay.
Hear all those fucking villagers doing their stealth rolls.
All right, so 14 on Dagoth, or 24 on Dagoth. 13 is a fail. So 1 on 1.
R.I.P. Zodic.
Where get that other character?
They notice Zodic and only Zodic can attack him.
Nah, it's a group check. It's a group check. So,
So
guys...
one fails, we all fail, dude. The best stealth check I've ever rolled, dude. Exotic
no.
That's not. I don't think it's a group. Yeah, I don't think it's
So it's a you know.
Zuni's got a spreadsheet with a formula in it for how many rolls and what it takes.
More passes than fails is all I'm doing here. So yeah, you guys are able to make it across sneakily out into the area where you guys. I'll say you're able to make it to the orchard. Once you get to the orchard, you guys look out into what is essentially about 200 feet of hill, where you have to climb a hill and then down the hill. You feel like once you start going down the hill, you may have a little bit more cover, but certainly...
Can we go around in between these two hills?
Yeah, certainly.
Right, because otherwise we're skylining ourselves at the top of a hill, from a town we're fleeing. If we just weave in between, right, it's not a major difference.
Yep. Yeah, that'll work. So give me one more group check as you guys head out there around... you kind of round yourselves around this hill, in between these two hills.
Sick.
I love the dedication Zuni's putting into this right now.
This is anxiety.
He's got 30 villager
just hearing Zuni tapped.
Okay. So as you guys are going, you guys have kind of, you understand that this is like a tense moment in this scheme to see if it's going to work. You kind of pick up your pace. You look back over your shoulder, and you guys have your line has started to spread out a little bit. The people in the back are kind of hurrying along, the kids and things like that. You watch as a kid, who you can just make out a shape in the moonlight, falls, trips, and lets out a little bit of a yelp. As that happens, you can see now above you, just kind of screaming into view, is...
No.
There's this roar that shatters the night silence as there's huge leathery winged beast kind of swoops down from the black curtain of night. There is a female elf in black and purple robes that is riding astride the creature, that in turn is carrying this large construct made of stone, metal, and wood in its talons. The beast kind of releases its grasp, and the construct lands in this shallow area of the valley where there's actually a little bit of a stream. There's this kind of dull thud right in front of you, you guys being kind of in the front of the pack. Before the spray of the water can settle, the wyvern has kind of wheeled around and is alight on the ground next to the construct. So, without warning, they both attack.
Sick.
You have to ignore the battle map because I thought this was going in a different direction. But there you go. So you've got...
Oh my god, I can't even hear...
Warrior, dude?
That elf Snook's even out of Zodic's animes.
Where are the 30 armed towns?
Yeah, right.
We got a Zerg rush this.
They roll an initiative or what? They rolled stealth. They better be fucking rolling initiative.
They are not. They're not rolling initiative. Absolutely.
Oh, who's somebody? Is that Onion?
What was that?
We're picking up the music on your mic.
Oh. Well,
No, I am not going to give them initiative counts in this. I may give them some actions, but generally speaking, it would be more of like an as a group. They, ones with crossbows, fire crossbows in the general area, that type of thing.
Yeah, leave it in your capable hands, right? Whatever you say. No worries.
They're
Jeff,
not.
rolling it off?
Not. I mean, they're townsfolk, right? You know what I mean? There might be some of them who are actually.
Where's Sildar though? That motherfucker needs to get in the fray.
Yeah, dude.
All right.
I think the innkeeper needs to fight. Be a shame if anything happens.
I'll give you guys Sildar. There you go.
Aaronite uses the innkeeper as a human shield.
Absolute dumpster initiative rolls right now.
Zuni, is there a reason why my initiative is like coming up as in red?
Because you crit failed, you got a 1 on it.
God bless. Alright.
The fucking nats, dude.
Yeah, is there a reason Doza's green right now?
Because I'm fucking killing it.
Dude,
Your
at least
roll
we're
is
something-
pretty
Wish
on
you had
point.
gotten that in that arm wrestling.
Honestly, I would have rather taken that in the arm wrestling contest.
Well,
Twice.
at least we're like kind of evenly spread. So there's some leading off and some at the tail end.
Yeah, my battle map is not quite what I would hope for this encounter.
We're in
But that's
front of a
okay.
cave.
In front of an exit to a sewer.
I was gonna say, is this where we would have popped out if we made it through?
Yeah.
Well, I was trying to get us there, but no one would let me break his legs.
We're gonna break your legs. We're lawful good.
It's what my god would have wanted. Or...
That's right, dude.
My god wouldn't, so I'd tell you to roll initiative. Let's go.
Oh, PvP encounter. Terror Song. That's a hell of a name.
Where do you see that? Oh, never mind.
Yep.
Hey, it's like, how do you know their names? You know these people?
My meta knowledge.
He knows them. All right, so Valak, you're up first. You watch as this wyvern was carrying this enormous shield guardian in its claws, drops it on the ground, and then lands next to it. This elfin lady, female, kind of dismounts and stands beside them, looking at you with a grin. Gives you a, where do you think you're going?
Oh, fuck.
I don't want to ruin your fun, but Doza just forgot to click his character. He actually has first initiative.
I thought I did click my kick.
You didn't click a character.
I didn't click
You got a 22.15, so here we
Oh,
go.
I thought I clicked them. Oh, bad, dude. Yeah, I got a 22.15.
Look what you done, Doza. Look what you done.
Well, let's try that again. Doza, you're up first.
All right. Let's see. Wonder if we should just concentrate on one at a time, dude, because I feel like... So we have 3 a wyvern, shield guardian, and this chick down here. Okay.
Go try to talk to him.
Tell them where we're going, dude. We're walking out of here. We got these things.
I'd like to cast Eldritch Blast on Nide. Yeah, that's
he
not...
misses.
I'll cast Hex on... I'll cast Hex on the wyvern.
Gotcha.
So, and spell, and then I'll use just 15 movement just to get right here.
All right, and your action.
Oh, the hex was a bonus action. That's right. And I'll just blast the wyvern. Oops. Whoa.
Maybe it's big enough for 9 hits.
See,
A
that's
9
double
does not hit. On which one are you shooting at?
Right there, but that's just.
Not, yeah, 9 does not hit. Roll again for your second bolt.
I was gonna say. All right, how about that one?
25 will do it. 11, roll hex damage.
Which is what, 1d6?
I'm not sure.
Sorry, it's been a while since I've cast that. 1d6. Whenever. Also, when you choose. Also, choose one ability when you cast a spell. The target has disadvantage on ability checks made with that chosen. Remove cast. Higher levels when you cast a spell using a 3rd slot or 4th level, which I have to use it at a 3rd level. So actually, you can maintain your concentration spell for up to 8 hours. All right, no need. Just 1d6. 2, 13.
All right, got it. The bolt smashes into the creature. It kind of rears back with a. Looks in your direction angrily. Valak.
All right. Well. I'm gonna play defensively. I'm gonna move up to here. I'm gonna hold an action. Whatever tries to attack me first, I'm gonna just roll battle axe on him.
All right.
Whatever in melee range.
That is going to take us to Ixusaka. One second here. I need to check one thing.
Trying to figure out if you can kill me in one hit.
Just
No, I can. I'm not. I'm trying to decide if I want to. She moves there.
Oh shit, Zuni brought out the protractor.
Oh, fuck, dude.
That's never good.
Yeah, cone of attack, dude. Oh my god, dude.
Yeah, everybody.
No. Why didn't I get out of the way more?
Constitution saving throw from everybody. You watch Doza. This is not a spell, you know. You watch as she begins to. You're gonna counterspell it?
No.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay. You watch as she begins to channel, and there's this little cold ball of energy that forms in her palm. She unleashes it, and this cone of cold energy flies out forward towards you all.
And we're all dead.
Everybody who is under a 14 for their con save, so 14 or lower, you guys are going to take a total of 39 points of cold damage. If you are over, you take half that, so 20.
So we're all dead.
No, I don't think so.
I am.
39 from the cone of cold spell.
Yeah, I'm passed out.
He's just trying to kill us all because football season's here. Doesn't want to have to deal with it.
You know, maybe we should just run.
He fails. Sildar's down. So that is Nide 39, Aeronite 39, Doza 20, 39 to Onion takes you to 1. Zodek half 20, Dagoth 39. Man, those rolls are bad, guys. All right, that is
We know, Zuni.
her turn. She's going to take a step back between them and just kind of grin and say, "I said not so fast." Aeronite.
Me. He's thinking about running, dude. Just leaving us. He's thinking about turning into a bird and just flying away.
I'm gonna jump back in this cave that's actually here the whole time that we didn't know.
You stepped off a cliff into and there's a cave there. It's a sewer system.
I don't think we're getting out of this one, gang.
I have no idea how often they can do that spell. If they can hit us with that again, we're done. She had to get close to. This fucking dragon might have a range. There's no way I can heal us that much. But
maybe stabilize Dad God first.
we'll give it the old college try. Can I use a bonus action as a regular action, Zuni? Is that a thing?
You cannot. So I'm assuming that you're talking about shifting as your bonus action and casting a spell as your action. Yes. So you have cure wounds, right?
Not currently available.
Oh, that sucks.
I don't have that. I have healing word, and I have.
I mean, I can get him, dude.
Yeah, we might be dead though. I have healing word, and I have something else I can cast as a bonus action, but nothing. No healing spells as a regular action. That's fine.
And it's your bonus action to change forms.
Well, we're outside.
What about the? Yeah, we are outside. What about the healing spirit?
Yeah, it's a bonus action.
It is a bonus action. I like it.
Yeah. I'm going to transform into dragon form, and I'm going to have my constellations resemble the face of Zodek, if possible, the old lizard. In honor.
This is a form you haven't seen Aeronite take on before. He still has his kind of astral moonkin-like form. You know how he's partially see-through, and there's constellations swirling about him. But the primary constellation that is across his back takes the form of a dragon, and you could swear that there's the face of Zodek at the head of that dragon.
Everywhere we go, we see. And then I'm going to summon the lightning storm. I'm going to cast Call Lightning. 100 feet away. 60 foot. So we'll center it on this chest here. It's basically the whole map.
Yep.
And then I get to call down a light.
Okay.
And we're going to zap them.
Is it everybody within 5 feet of the point?
Yeah, so I could...
Right there?
Yeah, like right there to hit.
DC 14, and they're making dex saves. Is that what I read? Right. Ah, Sildar. Get out of here, Sildar. What's the damage on it? You want to go and roll damage? Just check one thing.
Do I roll damage for each of them, or?
We can just roll it once, make it easy. And then what does your new form do?
When you make an intelligence or wisdom check or a constitution saving throw to maintain concentration, you can treat a roll of 9 or lower as...
half as much on the successful one. So it takes 6 down to 3. It's another 3. Okay. Got it. You watch as Aeronite stands up after this, shakes off some of the ice chunks that are still on his leather armor, calls down a lightning bolt from the sky. It strikes and with a throughout, and it kind of makes your ears ring momentarily. Doesn't seem to have affected the elven individual quite as much as you would have hoped, but they take damage. Sildar is unconscious. So that's
I'd like to move to.
Oh yeah. Go ahead.
Who's?
Me and Sildar.
Dagoth and Sildar.
Classic Dagoth. I'll back up over to here.
Okay, and this guy needs a. You also, Aeronite, when you do that, you lucky son of a gun. You watch as the Shield Guardian had land, there was some type of enchantment on it or something to that effect. But as you turn to run, out of the corner of your eye, you see that there's like this ethereal covering just over the entire creature that shatters with a and it is gone.
We've seen this before. There was that one guy last week or earlier, who had a shield, the leader of.
Can't say if you're up.
Okay, I had no idea what to do. At this point, with a solid 1 hit point. But I think I'm gonna Zug and see if I can Zug. Alright.
Second wind.
No, I already hit the second wind, bro.
Second one's not. It's that's a warrior thing. Not warrior, whatever you are. Fighter.
Yeah. So it's like I only get the 1. So if I go down,
she hit the relentless endurance already. The go to 0 and pop back up. Her cheat death is gone.
Yeah. All right.
Major form already, dude.
Yeah, it might be curtains for all of Kansas already. Okay. I'm just gonna try and punch this stupid woman.
All right, you sprint towards her, I assume, and unleash a flurry of blows. I'm guessing.
So first we're doing 1 unarmed strike, and then my bonus action is the flurry of blows. And then that's that's the 2 extra strikes, and then at level 5 I can hit her again.
Yep, four swings.
Okay.
The old 4-point combo, dude. Swing and a miss. Jab. Whiff.
Great.
1 hit there, so go ahead and roll damage on it.
I'm assuming it's a 20.
Yeah, the 20 hits you.
Okay. And 4. Hope she made a paper. And flurry of blows. What's her secrets?
You watch as you land a blow and it connects with her, and a dent appears in the shield guardian next to her. As far as what her specific, she has no immunities, no resistances.
We need
So
to go for
look
the
at
shield.
her. And it was nice knowing you. Alright, that's it for me.
Alrighty. That's going to take us to the wyvern. The elven lady looks at the wyvern and says, "I'll take care of this one. Take care of that bloody caster."
Damn it!
So it takes off.
He's going after Doza.
No, for Aeronite!
He's going after Doza.
No! The dragon!
You watch as it flaps its wings and takes off into the sky and then flies and lands here. That's going to provoke an opportunity attack from you, Kansif.
Punch him.
And how many punches do I get?
Just one.
Oh, God.
Natural 20 will hit.
Yeah.
10 points of damage. Do you get secrets from him too?
Only if I do flurry of blows, but looking.
Yeah.
For
You can't. You've already done that. You've already taken your action this round. So.
Yeah.
So it lands and it is going to unleash its multi-attack against you, Aeronite. So first one is a bite attack. 21 to hit. Oh, you're not supposed to see those, but I guess it doesn't hurt now. There, you're unconscious. And then it is going to come at you. Actually, no, scrap that.
Right on.
Oh, yeah, no, that's fine. Because it's still kind of flapping above you, it's going to rake down with its claws for the second attack. So you go unconscious, this hits, you're going to also fail a death saving throw because it hits you while you're unconscious. Which turns into an auto crit, so you fail 2 death saves there. And I will change his character sheet so that it's my bad, y'all. All right, Nide, you're up.
This does one more time. Hasn't. Yeah, I don't know what to do either.
Like how many? What's your health at?
39. 35.
Alright, I guess I'm gonna Zog too. I don't know what else to do. I'm gonna move up here and punch this lady too. Before I do that, I'm gonna use my vow of enmity.
Okay.
So, as my bonus action, you can utter the vow of against a creature you see within 10 feet in front of you.
Dagoth, what was your initiative? I don't have you in here.
I'm low. I was 6. I was 6.
Okay.
So I gain advantage on attack rolls against the creature for 1 minute until it drops to 0 hit or falls in contact.
Got it.
So I'm gonna go.
You get advantage on your swings?
Mm-hmm.
That's
With
good.
my vow, yeah. Oh, I mean, I don't get it until long rest. But I do it once, and I'm going down swinging. So let's go ahead and use my action to attack, and I think, well, it's an advantage though. I don't know.
Yeah, so advantage 24 is gonna hit. Are you smiting or anything?
I'm definitely smiting. Oh, I guess I do this first. Whoa.
Alright, so that adds Divine Smite is 8 plus 2. So 10 points for that. Plus 9, 19 points of damage to her. You watch as this burst of radiant energy connects on it, and the Shield Guardian kind of stumbles back a little bit. But she kind of grimaces. She's definitely taking some of the damage, but it doesn't appear to have full effect on her.
And then I get to swing again, right? Like,
You do.
go ahead and
17. You barely hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
do I get to do Divine Smite again?
If you have spell slots.
Yeah, because I only used my other ones before.
19
So I'm gonna
again.
go ahead and smite her again.
19 again. There you go. Look at that. That's funny. This time she kind of stumbles backwards and looks at you with disdain. She is she's looking kind of rough. Doza, you're up.
Aaron, are you like dead, or are you just unconscious?
I failed 2 death saving throws, so I'm pretty close to being dead.
Okay. And Dagoth, are you just unconscious too?
I'm unconscious. I think Zuni owes me 1 throw.
I whispered it to you. Yeah.
You did? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. I'm unconscious. I think is as much as I can say.
I'll just use my movement here. I'm going to cast Spare the Dying on... God, who should I call? Who should I cast it on? Who's been nicer to me recently? I'm gonna cast it here.
On who?
I'm gonna cast my cantrip Spare the Dying on Aeronite just to stabilize him.
Right. No more death saving throws for you, Aeronite.
Yeah. But I'm like still like napping though.
Yeah, you'll wake up in an hour with 1 hit point.
All right.
And then, so
unless of course you receive direct healing. That's the only way to wake up instantly.
And I don't have any healing lights left. Because we didn't take a long rest or anything like that. I would heal you Onion, but I mean anything I heal you, dude, is like it's gonna be gone in like 1 turn anyway, so
Can stun her.
Let's save my last spell slot. So I already use my action, use movement. I'm going to still move 1 square space away. And then
The Wyvern's going to take its opportunity attack against you.
oh fuck! I didn't realize I was that close. I thought I had to be closer than that. Okay.
Nah, you're base to base with him.
Sure.
He tries to bite you. That is a natural 20.
Awesome.
15 points of piercing damage.
Sweet. Man, I wish I could retcon that. Okay, well, nice talking to you guys.
You didn't even cast an ability?
I can't spare the dying to save Aeronite.
Was that an action? Like, I thought that was a cantrip.
Yeah, it's an action cantrip.
Okay.
You have a bonus action still.
Right. My bonus action, I don't know, try to yell out to her, bitch, what do you want? Like, why are you doing this to us? Who are you? Leave us alone. We don't want our men down. We're just trying to get out of here safely.
Okay. We'll see what happens when it's her turn. Top of the round.
Yep.
Don't like those rolling noises.
Yeah, you should. Two of your villagers are not terrified and running away. So they're going to load up their crossbows and shoot.
Let's go!
Fuck your knife. Village people.
Those people coming to say.
You're even the YMCA, dude.
Those were light crossbows, I think. So we'll say a roll of one of them hits for 7 points of damage on the Shield Guardian. The big scare. Actually, no, he's probably gonna shoot the big dragon thing that is eating people. To be honest, that's what I would aim for. So yeah, and then that's gonna take us to Valak. Your turn.
Can I move right here?
You can. Yep. I assume that you go around so that you
Yep.
don't provoke opportunity from the Guardian.
Yeah. I would be like, la 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 la.
Yep, you're good.
Alright. Well, we're just gonna go all out. So, I'm just gonna start swinging my battle axe at this lady.
With advantage because you're flanking.
Alright. Let's see what we can do. There's one.
Go!
There's two.
Let's go!
I'm gonna go action surge so I can get 2 more attacks.
Okay.
There's one.
Oh. Well, that's
There's
advantage, though.
Yep. So, let's see. And that 25 is also a crit because it's a 19, I believe?
Yeah, it is. Yep.
Yep.
Plopping that in the chat just in case.
Yep. So, let's... We'll do these first. That. This is the regular. And then this I gotta add a D8, an extra for the crit.
Jesus Christ, dude.
He's just trying to do as much damage as
Oh yeah. What is it, a D8, right, Zuni?
Yeah. Yeah. So you get the crit damage and then you also get an extra damage die, right?
Yeah. I think.
From Savage Attacks, the half-orc feature.
Oh yeah. Okay, so how would I get the crit damage of that 11 slashing?
So that 11 is going to be 13 now. So that extra D8 right there is going to be added to that 11. So that's your turns that into a crit, right?
Okay.
And then you get to roll an additional
Battle axe?
3d8,
I-
one for
I
each
roll-
crit.
Okay. So just roll 3d8?
Yep.
Okay.
Because when you crit, you roll double dice, right?
Yeah.
So you roll 2d8, but your Savage Attacks allows you to add an extra on top, right? So
that doesn't, like... Shit up.
28 plus 39 plus 49, 55.
Hey, I just watched this girl like almost kill half my party and my best friend, so I just kind of lost it.
67 have.
And he did say he was gonna zug.
Yeah.
We're all
And
zugging.
Zug, he zugged.
How do you want to do this?
Good. Fucking measure into a
Fucking
bit.
goes on it.
Dude, I'm just gonna chop her into little bits. I'm just gonna keep swinging until I can't swing anymore.
Yeah.
This.
So you actually, your first 2 blows killed her. The damage. So the way this works is that her Shield Guardian absorbs some of the damage. Like they're like connected, right? So it absorbs some of the damage whenever she takes damage. So you can see the Shield Guardian like taking blows and getting knocked backwards. It throws out a shield to try and help, but it doesn't matter because your rolls are so high. And you watch as the first 2 blows, the first one takes her to her knees. The second one, you just bisect her so that, her body begins to kind of separate into 2 pieces. But then you keep going and you just keep chopping. Meanwhile, as soon as life leaves her body, the amulet that she's wearing around her neck shatters and the Shield Guardian falls to the ground motionless. So they are both deceased.
Let's fucking go.
Huge.
This other
So
dragon,
huge.
though, like, is it still hovering?
That's going to take us to Dadgoth.
Tame the
That guy is fucking unconscious.
Yeah, I need to.
Sleeping on the job.
That was a crazy roll. I can't. That's
Yeah, my bad not being able to eat 39 damage from full health,
that's
dude.
that's one for the books. There's like damn.
Yeah.
Two natural 20s. Dude.
three crits. Can't say.
Flanking is amazing. Like, dude, we picked the right target, the three of us here.
Oh yeah.
Smack, dude.
Okay, time to punch another dragon. Okay, so I'm just gonna come up behind Mr. Wyvern Boy here.
No flanking because your teammates are unconscious.
That's between them and God. Alright. Alright, so unarmed strike, bend in that key point, flurry of blows, 2 unarmed strikes, extra attack, and then tell me the secrets.
Jesus Christ, dude, and a large fry on top, dude.
4 attacks.
Woof.
Miss.
Woof.
Hit. So
Go Onion.
no secrets on this one.
Why doesn't... I hate being part of this Void of the Cobalt Soul.
16 plus 9 is 25. There you go. It's, currently focused, like leaning over on Aeronite, getting ready to take a chunk out of him. But as soon as you run up and kidney punch him, he whips his head around and looks at you. He is going to unleash an attack at you. 1 at you and 1 at Doza.
Nice. Well, nice.
Sick.
So the first one, he turns around with that head and attempts to bite you. That's
No, thank you.
14. Cancel.
It misses.
Alright, and then as he's turning, he whips his stinger around. And you as he turns, you see that he has almost like a scorpion-like tail that he launches in Doza's direction. It has a 10-foot reach, is why he's able to hit you with it. That's a 13 to hit.
All that misses. Oh my god, I'm saved.
Oh, you are saved. That would have got you too.
Yeah, that would
Nide, you're up.
Standing out to get Doza.
And then it begins to bat its wings and starts lifting itself up in the air. So attack of opportunity from you, Cancer.
Ooh, I love punching this stupid wyvern.
Misses, unfortunately. So it is currently elevated 60 feet in the air and flying off.
So we can't even shoot it? Oh my god.
I mean, I can.
It's kind of screeching with it, and it's flying off into the night sky. Nide, you're up.
Well, I mean, I can't get...
Villagers.
You could sprint there, but I don't.
But I mean, I can't use
you're
an
gonna have
action.
afterwards. Yeah.
I mean, I got
You
that
could
guy on the
bonus
next
action,
turn
but-
anyway, so.
I mean, I can't any bonus actions that works like that.
Pick up the javelin from.
I mean, I don't think it's a bonus action. I guess I'll move closer to my homie that are down. I mean, he's running away. I haven't getting range to shoot it. I hate it.
I mean, he just saw that should get one rounded, and he's like, all right, I'm going to go back to Daddy Dearest. Doza, you're up.
Is he looking rough, or is he still just looking alright?
Who?
The wyvern.
He's not looking too bad. He's sustained some damage, but he's definitely capable of flying away.
I'll just cast Spare the Dying on Dad God just to make sure he's okay.
Okay. Any bonus action?
Dozer.
I don't think I have anything for a bonus action, dude.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna take him down in like 2 shots, dude. So I'll just stabilize Daga.
Alright, sounds good. Valak.
Alright, I'm just gonna move up to right here.
Use a rune cloth bandage.
Yeah, right. Can I tell if the dragon's just flying away to retreat, or is he flying away to prepare for like an attack?
Make an insight check. It's hard to tell intention of a dragonoid in the, which is just barely silhouetted against the night sky. You're not sure.
How far away is he?
60 feet up and 20 feet over.
That wants to throw his axe again.
That's what I'm thinking, dude.
No, dude, I'm gonna pull up my light crossbow and just try to take a pot shot at it.
All right.
So from.
Eh.
Ding! Kind of flies off to the side. At the same time, the two villagers have reloaded and they're going to take 2 more shots. One of them actually hits and deals a natural 20 for 15 points of damage. You see as this guy, as this kind of bolt connects, and then there's this spray of liquid. All of this is just silhouetted against the night sky, right? So you just see this black mass of what appears to be liquid squirt forth from the wyvern's body. It continues flying though, looking a little rough. Air Knight is stabilized. Sildar is dead. Shield Guardian is dead. Dagoth is stabilized.
Wait, he's like dead?
Nobody's checked on him. I'm not sure. Cantiv.
Can't punch the dragon, so I guess I'll do a pulse check on Sildar.
Alright, you go over to Sildar. He appears to be... make a medicine check. He appears to be dead. The blow was larger than double his hit points pool.
The man had the most
no.
beautiful hair in all of Emerald Outpost. May he rest in peace.
He had the biggest heart, but not the best armor.
True.
You found his armor in a cave or in a castle one time and decided to leave it there, if you remember correctly.
I don't know a damn thing about that.
I wasn't there for that one. We're gonna just let this guy without armor.
That's going to take us to the Wyvern. He's going to use his double action. So he's going to sprint as his action. He's going to move 160 feet away. That's going to pretty well take him out of your guys' field of vision in the night sky. So I'm going to take us out of initiative order at this point. And you survey the battlefield. You know, the citizens behind you, the ones who aren't like cowering and hiding, are like cheering, and everybody has kind of this moment of jubilee. They all rush over to you guys, and specifically you, Valak. Anybody who was watching the battle was like, "Holy cow! I can't believe you absolutely decimated her. That was crazy." All of that's taking place. Before a kind of moment of silence falls over everybody as they realize that Sildar has fallen. And there's kind of this moment of reverence. That he wasn't in town any longer than the rest of you guys, but while he was there, he had made a big impact, in kind of civilizing Emerald Outpost. He was a big, over the months, a big figure in town. So it's kind of a sad scene for a lot of people. There's been a lot of loss and a lot of devastation today, and it's kind of all catching up with them. A few people in the back are kind of crying quietly to themselves, and it's kind of a somber scene. What do you guys want to do?
We're gonna give Sildar a burial when we get the hell out of here. But before we do that, does any of the villagers have some sort of medicine skill? Because we're looking a little beaten up right now.
Potions, something.
One moment.
Basic medicine skills. Do you know how to apply a band-aid?
Yeah,
You
a couple
know how
of
to
them
attach
can,
limbs.
give you guys some makeshift bandages and stuff, but everybody appears to be generally stabilized at this point, thanks to Doza's cantrips and things like that. Nobody willing to cast spells on you guys at the moment.
Can I intimidate them?
They're threatening to break their.
That's right.
Yeah.
You're just trying to break their legs, and I'm sure something.
Intimidating them doesn't teach them magic, unfortunately.
Okay.
Not if you try hard enough.
Can I go over to investigate the shielded guardian and learn his secrets?
Actually, what Sister Grell was a cleric, I think.
I'm just gonna lay down. My back.
That one lady was a druid, I thought, Zuni, who ran the.
Was she a druid?
Yes.
That's what you mentioned to me last time.
I thought she was a cleric. Well, at the very least, she probably has Cure Wounds learned, so she can spend 2 spell slots to bring your guys back up if you would like.
Please.
She offers that much.
I'm checking on my homie Onion. I saw her take some hits. I'm a little worried.
Yeah, no, I got flattened and I jumped right back up. Did a
She's
little
not-
bit of a back jump. It's fine.
She probably.
I
only
thought
has
you were
2
dead.
spell slots.
I went a little bit red in the eyes and just started swinging.
You definitely went right into the eyes because this woman is literally ground beef right now.
Our muscle mommy is alive and well.
And Doza and I'll still kick your ass at arm wrestling in this
We'll
state.
fucking do it right now, dude.
All right, so let's just do this. Aeronite and Dadgoth, go ahead and take 7 points of healing from Sister Corell.
Oh my.
Let's just say I could go.
Let's get
like,
these
get
fucking
back up.
assholes. I'm like, I'm awake, going, all right, ready to go. Let's kill them.
Guys, I'm back.
Yeah.
She just kind of pats you on the shoulder. You did good.
I'm ready for the first round of initiative that I'm good to go.
Dagoth wakes up with his longbow in his hand, ready to shoot.
Yeah. I feel like I snoozed out for like just a second there, but I think I'm straight. I do have a 1 healing potion in my pouch that I am going to take.
Really?
Now that I'm up, I can heal.
We're not in combat anymore. Like,
I mean, I don't know. I guess is healing in our future? Because we got to get the fuck out of here, right? Like we got to keep putting ground between us. I don't know. Is there something we can do in the short term?
If I'm in your shoes, I would take the healing potion because I would, even though we're out of combat, I don't think we're really out of combat.
Yeah, I have 7 HP, and I don't really feel like finding out whether or not we've got a long.
well, you got more than me, so.
Yeah, now I do after dying immediately.
I want to go to the starting zone soon.
Yeah, the starting zone is over. A dragon literally destroyed it.
I'm gonna
That's
use
true.
a second wind on myself.
All right.
Can I investigate the bozo?
Which bozo?
The shieldy boy?
Sure. He is
Yeah,
he is a
yeah,
magical
shit.
construct of some type. It's kind of weird. I don't know that you've seen anything quite like it. But he seemed to be created by magical and held together by magical energy. That when he died, or when she died, that energy faded from him. So.
Can I do an investigation to check in on the magic that the elf has?
Sure. Make an investigation check.
Is he getting shit?
Yeah, so when you You take a minute to look over everything. You are in rough shape, so it takes you a couple minutes of kind of looking around, and then you're like wincing as you bend over. You're in pretty bad shape at this point. You do manage to, throughout, over the course of about 10 minutes or so, she does have some rather fine jewelry that she is wearing. She also had in a small satchel a potion of healing that she never got a chance to drink, thanks Zodic. And there is still, interestingly enough, it hadn't caught your attention, but there is a small stone that is continuing to circle and float around her head, even though she has now passed away. And then also in the satchel with the potion of healing, there is a small spellbook.
So I'm gonna throw this spellbook and satchel to someone else. What's the stone do?
You'd have to identify it.
I'm dumb as shit.
I have detect magic. I can cast as a ritual, I think. Or
You have identify?
Or identify.
Alright.
Yeah, no, I have detect magic.
Alright, so can I...
But it's not the same as identify, though. Right?
It's not. Yeah, it's a different spell.
Okay, I'm gonna wrestle that thing off of her head and then just kind of look at my party and see if anyone knows what to do with it.
Make an Arcana check. As you reach out towards it, it slows down, stops, and lands in your hand. It is a neat magic thing. Not sure what it does.
Lady Ooga Booga, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Does anybody have the identify spell?
Nope.
Sonic
Only detect magic. All I can just know is that it's magical.
I cannot.
Maybe Gilmore will do us a solid after everything we've been through. Zuni, looking at this elf, would I know anything about her nature, heritage, anything like that? Is there anything that stands out to me?
Yeah, that's a great question, actually.
I mean, she's a pile of meat now, isn't she, dude? Like, is she not, like, identifiable?
Fair play. From what I remember before I almost went in the forever box, was there anything?
Well, now that you're up and active, you walk over and look at what's left of her. It is a bloody mess. But there is one thing. Make a perception check. Yeah, so easy enough. 12's fine. There is one thing that catches your eye, and that is that her skin is much... It is a darker gray color almost.
Would I think of her as a drow?
Would you know what a drow is?
I am well traveled, but I don't know. I mean, I feel like I knew what a Durgar is.
Okay, then yes, you would think of her as a drow.
Interesting.
Drow.
Zuni, there's no identify magic spell, so what spell would it actually be? I'm trying to...
It's identify is all it's called. And it is only learnable by wizards and bards, apparently.
Exotic.
And artificers, it says.
Yeah, no, I had it.
Yeah, artificers had it too, yeah.
Shall we keep it moving at this point? I don't know how long we want to stick around on the outskirts of town. I feel like we gotta.
Sister Grail chimes in and says, "Hey, I think that's probably for the best. I'd like to put some distance between us and the town. If the dragon is indeed claiming this as his domain, I say we get as far away as we can, and then, I mean, perhaps go all night and then rest tomorrow night if we can get the villagers to do that."
Man, I'm bleeding profusely.
You are not in great shape, that's for sure.
I'm bleeding profusely.
I'm internally hemorrhaging.
Yeah.
All right, Dr. Doza.
Everybody is in really bad shape except for Valak and Dagoth. So are you guys planning on taking the corpse of Sildar with you?
Yeah, I'm gonna take the corpse of Sildar, but I probably can't in my state.
I'm gonna do some healing, Zuni.
I'll carry Solar.
Use your spell slots, you mean? Yep, go for it.
I'll do a healing spirit.
All right. I don't remember what that does, but it does something
Gives
cool.
people named Doza 150% of their baseline health.
That's exact. So I'll make a little transparent beast or fey. How about a big frog? Can we do?
Yep.
I'm gonna tell my group. This is the frog. Pass through the frog of life to feel the frog's life force regenerate.
We need to link it.
And
You
what
did a
is
frog.
what is your spellcasting ability modifier?
It's 3 wisdom, right? Is the spell casting? So I have +3, so I can do.
Yeah.
So I'll heal myself. Who else?
Four people can walk through it.
Who else wishes to be blessed by the great frog?
Kansas is sprinting into this frog right now.
You watch as she thinks she's sprinting, but really she's like dragging her leg behind her. Looks like she may have had a stroke. You're not sure. She's in bad shape.
Maybe I can go wrestle her now.
Doza, Aeronite, Nide, and Kansif are the 4. Yeah.
Sure. We all get 1d6 of.
That's it? Ugh.
All that flogging for that? Are you serious?
Well, Aaron, I roll it for everybody, but
Yeah. We'll just go with 4 for everybody.
I can do that over and
Yeah, I
over.
like Aironites.
As long as you have spell slots.
Yeah, I'll do one more frog.
All right, Aeronite. After you made fun of the amount of healing that his frog did, he kind of looks a little dejected and conjures another one. Go ahead and roll the healing for everybody again. So 5 more to everybody. You 4.
The frog inspiration, Aaron.
And I think we need to get the fuck out.
You heard the dragon. Or whatever he is now.
I knew I shouldn't have turned into a dragon that looked like Zodok just to get blasted right away. It was a bad omen on my.
You guys are getting to the point where the bad guys have more firepower.
I got one shot, dude.
Notice how we all started clumped up?
yeah, I didn't get to choose my positioning.
Well, I
What is
created
that?
this map
Zunia-
thinking you were coming out of a cave.
5 more feet to the left, dude.
And it's
I
also
think-
not my fault that you all rolled 5 on your initiative. Like,
Yeah. I'd like to go back when Dadgoth was assassinating goblin children in cold blood.
Yeah, those are the days.
Those are the
Good old
simpler
days.
times, dude.
oh,
And then lying about it to Steve's face.
Dude, I'm waiting for him to come back, dude. We all are.
the cameo. All right, so you guys then press forward. You reach the outer edge where the tree line is. You can follow kind of the tree line. You know, it's almost like there's a creek, and then about 20 feet past that, there's the tree line where it turns into forest. You can follow the water line and the tree line down to the river or to the road, the main road to the south, or you can push into the dense forest. It's up to you guys.
Vote cover, so I vote dense forest.
Yeah, I think a dense forest would protect us better from a dragon.
I don't know if.
Please.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, at least Dadgoth has a better sense of the forest than other things, I think, right?
Assumed.
You also have like 30 people with you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we do have a lot of people, and I guess it depends on how dense this forest is.
We talking like Vietnam, dude? Or just talking.
It's pretty gnarly stuff. And remember, there's a good 1.5 inches of snow on the ground.
And I don't know that they're going to be pushing past the outside of the town as of yet. you know, right now I think they're just focusing on the town they just took over. I don't know how dangerous the roads would be, and if we could travel that much faster, there might be a benefit there.
Yeah, you being familiar with overland travel, Dagoth, you would know that it'll slow your speed by about half if you guys go through the forest.
Yeah, I reckon. Yeah, we push through, we push to the road, and we try and go as fast as we can for as long as we can. Speaking of the cave where we were stonking goblin children, that's kind of on the way back to Amon, right?
It is.
How far away are we from that?
It's about a half day's travel to that cave.
Half day's travel. Last time we were there, it was empty. We literally could hole up there if we wanted to try and find a place. I mean, food for thought, right?
It was empty, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think that's a bad idea. Well, I don't know that it's empty, but...
No, right, yeah, exactly. We have no idea what we're walking into, but last time it was clear, and if a long rest is something we all need, we could push through there. Maybe. There are already traps that exist there. Or we just keep it moving.
I think it hurts to stop at the same time. I think we should probably just keep moving.
Probably get there, because I'm assuming that you guys took off at, roughly shortly after nightfall, like 6 o'clock or something like that. So you're talking getting there about 11. You might be able to get a long rest in before daylight, if you decide to go that route.
Otherwise, we could also just try and push through and take the exhaustion and get to Iman, and I guess that's still 3 days, no matter. I mean,
now, if you go, you would take a point of exhaustion and take off, a day of travel time.
It's not a bad deal if we can get back to Iman.
I think just being around civilization and forms of government will probably do us a lot of good.
What do you guys think?
I'm down with that.
It might be nice. I don't know what Zuni's going to throw at us, but I mean, it might be nice to get a long rest in.
Yeah, I'm definitely ambivalent, because a long rest I think would do everybody good, but at the same time, if we could get there in 2 days unimpeded, then fucking easy money. But the question is, are we getting there unimpeded?
Last time we traveled back from Iman, and we encountered an ogre.
Mm-hmm. That is correct.
I forgot about that ogre.
It's because we fucking killed him in the first round before he got to do anything.
And we even shocked you.
You almost did that to my mage there.
How many villagers did we save?
Looking back over it, there looks to be, you guys kind of take a head count, there's about 27 villagers plus yourselves.
Better than what I was expecting.
Yeah, really, the only casualty is Sildar. You guys didn't get, most of the villagers were kind of spread out behind you guys because you guys were kind of hyped up and moving quickly through the open field area. So they encountered you guys first, and when she hit that cone of cold, it just impacted you guys.
I heroically used my body to protect all the citizens.
You and Sildar.
Me and Sildar, bro. The whole fight would have been lost without us, dude. I'll say that much.
We're like 2 actions into the first round, and everybody's at 2 hit points. I was like, oh god, I'm gonna kill them all.
I was like, oh yeah, fucking.
That's why I was wondering if it was one of those, like, do we just gotta, like, surrender and then, like, that'll take us to the next part kind of deal?
I was already trying to think, okay, would she capture them and try to
that's
feed them to the dragon? I had no clue what I was going to do at that point.
That's literally how I felt.
That's literally.
I was just like.
It's your fucking meme, Zuni. It's the great.
Yeah, you literally just posted it today, and I was like, what the?
Guess I should have read that spell. 88's quite a bit.
88 is quite a bit,
Yeah. Like, well, the gang dies.
At least we focused her. Like, she went down.
Let's, before we lose the plot, are we sticking in the cave or are we taking the point of exhaustion and just fucking running?
I don't care, dude.
I'm down with taking
Roll
the
dice,
exhaustion.
dude. I don't
Should we put it to
I abstain.
There's 6 of us. Okay, well, there's 5.
I vote to go to Iman.
Yeah, I'm down to.
Why?
I'm down to chug on through. Let's do it.
Yeah, it's fine.
All right, so let me just real quickly clarify rules on that.
If I die, I die.
That's how I felt, man. When I saw you guys go in on the girl, I was like, well, at least I'll take this lady down with me. Thank God when she died, the shield guardian died, and
Yeah.
that was enough to make the dragon fly away.
Well, an onion punched her,
It's
like
fuck this,
you
I'm
said that he was taking damage from her, like.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so at a fast pace, you can travel 30 miles a day. You're gonna struggle though with keeping the villagers on a fast pace. So we'll say we travel a normal pace, 8 hours a day. You can go 24 hours. So if you march 16 hours a day, then you can go 60 miles.
How far is the barn?
Apparently this map is not scaled correctly because I remember telling you guys it was 3 days, right? Last time we
That
did
sounds that sounds consistent with all the other times.
it says it is at a normal pace, 8 hours a day. It says that this is
Who's doing all these drawings?
7.
This is-
Here's your hint: the paintbrush is the color next to their name at the bottom.
Oh. But
Well,
I feel
you-
like
you can-
mine's on fire, and like who changed the
Yeah,
color there?
I gave you holy power, alright?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I have to clear this like every time I want to copy your character icons because that's what I use this page for. It's like I made a new map. Let me copy their icons and drag it over. Oh wait, I got poop. Like the word poop just showed up on my new map. Great. Thanks a lot. All right. So yeah, we'll just wing it here, and you guys can go. If you guys, you'll take a point of exhaustion if you march an extra 8 hours, right? So you can do normally 8 hours of forced march a day. If you go again, you'll double your distance traveled, so you'll get there in about 2 days. I think we said 3.5 last time. All right, so we'll call it 2 days. And that will still give you 8 hours to sleep, but it's going to be less than that because you guys are also going to be stopping for food and things like that at some points in the road. You're talking pretty well 2 days with no sleep, which means 2 points of exhaustion.
And what do we clear those points of exhaustion again?
So I'm taking 2 long rests back to back as soon as we get to Amon. Like y'all can go on without me.
Well, the first one is going to give you a disadvantage, and the second one's going to half your speed, so you guys start dragging. But by that point, you are already at Amon, right? So you're dragging by the end of the second day when you reach it. If you keep going beyond that, you start getting into the severe effects.
The severest, or most severe, I should say.
6 points of exhaustion means you die.
You're dead.
That's extreme.
But how would we get rid of it once we got to Amon?
So
1 point for a long rest. That's why I'm taking 2 long rests, and y'all can go do whatever you want, and I'll just chill
Yep.
for 1 day.
You got it. Finishing a long rest reduces it by 1.
Guys, we can have the beach episode.
Yeah, I was gonna say, sounds like we're going to the beach when we're.
Yeah.
Get the volleyball.
In the
I'm
middle
down
of
for-
winter, you guys go to the.
I'm down for a beach episode, or like we follow the villagers that shot him with the crossbow.
I think me and Onion have a contract to turn in when we get to Iman, so.
Yeah, if Onion makes it there.
He'll
we
be
made it there.
fine.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are looking fine, and I'm literally like my leg was left in the Emerald Outpost.
Oh my god.
It's fine.
Yeah, I'll give you guys short rests along the way, but no long rests if you're gonna march straight through. So,
Key points.
yeah, you'll get your short rest abilities back. You can use hit dice, but you are not going to get long rest. So your hit dice are not going to recharge. Your long rest spellcasters are not going to get those back. That kind of stuff.
I'll take a short rest.
All right, so we are marching straight through.
Does anybody have any issue with that before we commit?
So what does exhaustion do to me?
The first point after the first day of it, you're going to end up with disadvantage on ability checks. That would be like stealth, perception, investigation, that kind of stuff. At the end of the second day, which is when you're arriving in Amman, your speed will be halved, so you'll be like loafing about.
Okay, but we're taking a short rest somewhere in there? Like...
Yeah, you can take short rests along the way while you guys are eating and that kind of stuff, I would imagine.
So do we roll hit dice now? Or
Yeah, you can go ahead. Go ahead. So if everybody agrees that that's the plan, we will, let me... You guys travel for 2 days straight without incident with this crowd of people. They are grumpy. They are not happy. The mood is pretty dour. Everybody is super grateful to you guys for having saved them. Sad about Sildar. Dismayed at the loss of their town and all their belongings and their loved ones. And just really not happy that you're making them march for 2 days straight. As you guys crest over a hill, you see Amman in the distance, the capital city of the continent of Taldore, and it is a sight for sore eyes. There is all around the outer walls, there is what used to be known as the slums, but it's kind of been rebranded in recent years. And Sister Gorell says as you guys get closer, I don't think that many of these people would be able to afford to stay within the city walls. I think that we'll set up a camp here. Perhaps we can barter for tents or something, but build a little refugee camp until we can figure out. I guess we're all starting over at this point.
Should we donate some gold from the college?
No, I mean they'd be dead otherwise. Like,
yeah,
that doesn't sound very lawful. Good.
that they have their lives. Oh,
aren't you a pal?
Yeah, your deity would want you to kind of help the people, Nide.
We did. They have their lives. Anything? Cared. Oh God. I mean, if you want to donate money from the college fund and get them some tents or something, that's fine.
I guess next episode of Dragon Ball Z, me and Onion need to go turn in our contract. We should probably find some leadership in Amman and let them know the Emerald Outpost is being taken over.
Yeah.
Been taken over. Because that's probably something that needs to be said.
We should probably.
You cut out.
Onion's cut.
Oh boy, I'm like literally on my fucking cell service right now. Someone should have let the let the government know that Emerald Outpost is no more.
You also have Sildar's body. I don't know
Yeah.
if you want to leave that with the
He's probably stinking
Emerald
pretty
Outpost
good, too.
refugees. Yeah,
Well,
he's not
we
great.
Probably pretty right.
We should probably take him. Is it the Griffin Riders?
No, the Order of the
He-
Lords or something like
Yeah,
that.
he was a former member of the Griffin Riders, but
We need to see if
more
there's-
recently he's a member of the Lords Alliance.
We gotta see if there's anybody from the Lords Alliance or the Griffin Riders, because then I feel like Sildar probably knows some important people. Those would be the people that we want to tell, like, hey, Emerald Outpost has been taken over.
Okay.
And plus, they would probably give Sildar a better burial than we could probably give him.
So for the time being, are you guys leaving the refugees to kind of fend for themselves on the outskirts of Amman, set up like a refugee camp, and then gonna venture into the city to, I don't know, find an inn to stay at, or you two might be, depending on how the hunt mistress views the status of your contract after only half your party came back. She might be willing to allow you to stay in the guild for your charge. But there is that option. And then, like, what are you doing with Sildar in the meantime? I don't know that they want you dragging a corpse through the city. Like, take him to the crypts or something, maybe, and then tell somebody.
The Undertaker.
Wait, exotics the first time?
Could we leave
Like
them
the-
with the villagers for the time being, and then find the Griffin Riders or the Martin Blanken?
Lords
the other
Alliance.
factions. Yeah, the Lords Alliance. Like, we seek them out.
Okay. Sister Grell says, yeah, we'll be happy to look after him. If you can, get back to us quickly so that we can turn his body over, that would be great. We don't have much to be able to offer somebody for burial, of course. So yeah, that'll work. So you'll leave the refugees and they're like kind of down here in this kind of general area. This is what used to be the lower slums outside of the city wall. It was rebranded as the Southgate Farms. But that's where they're going to kind of set up shop over here. The Emerald Outpost refugees. They'll keep Sildar's body, and then you guys can head into town, find some lodging, and then I assume that you guys will want to sleep for a night somewhere. So do you guys have a preference on where you want to stay?
Put me in the Laughing Lamia Inn. I have things to punch in the hole.
Red Air Night to the finest brothel.
Are you sure you want to go there, Onion, when you're exhausted and hurt?
Yeah.
Sick.
I don't know.
Do we want to give the druids some money for some tents and shit?
We could give her Onion's cut from the cave. It was 50 gold per person. We give him.
I gave it to the groundskeeper for Zodok.
She did do that.
Hmm.
I mean, we
That was
have
a waste.
we have plenty. What do tents run? I have no idea. It's a banana. What could it cost? $10? Zuni, what would be an appropriate amount to hand over to help them, get themselves stabilized at least?
I'm looking. Tents cost 5. I'm googling currently. 1 second. 2
Two
gold.
It's running the model.
2 gold pieces for a 2-person tent.
We have we have 30 people.
Yeah.
Almost.
So, like, if you want everybody to have their own tent, that's 60 gold, or whatever, 30 for everybody for 2 people tents. You could call it 50, and they can get some bedrolls and stuff like that.
Yeah, let's say 50 with some,
You can
accoutrement.
buy some food and bedrolls and tents.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
They can decide how many tents they want.
Yeah, because there are people with kids. There's whatever. Yeah, I think that seems good.
Should we let them keep the? They could sell those, right, for some money.
What are we gonna do?
Or they can just go fucking steal from the people of Amman, dude. Which
I
doesn't
know.
matter. It's good to go. Like, it's fine.
Fucking miniature army just.
we just brought a bunch of heavily armed
I didn't hear-
refugees to the border.
I didn't hear that suggestion. Turn.
Or at least,
Your
at the very
family.
least, they won't get mugged, right? But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, it goes. Yeah, exactly. So there you go.
Goes a little
They've got
bit.
some self-determination there. They're solid. They're on.
Next time we come back, it's gonna be an Emerald Outpost street.
the Emmys. So you guys leave them be, give them a little good gold to get situated. Sister Grill's extremely grateful for all that you guys have done. She has been with Emerald Outpost for a long time. She's 300 years or so is how old she is, but she's been around for quite some time and has stuck it out through the ups and downs of the town. So she's very grateful. Looks after a lot of these people as her family. She is kind of tending to everybody the best she can. Given the situation, but she says thank you and kind of sees you off and heads off to go see about acquiring food and water and that kind of thing for the group. As everybody, you just made them march for 2 days straight. They're pretty exhausted. So
are we.
Yeah. So I take it you guys head into town through the southern gate here. That is not what I wanted to do. Through the southern gate here, the Laughing Lamia Inn is absolutely the most well known. So there's a lot of the city's home to a lot of taverns and inns for the weary traveler or the practice performer, but there are few that are as grand and as well known as the Laughing Lamia. So that's where you want to go. It's all the way over here in the Abdar's Promenade. Which is kind of the main central shopping district here.
Also home to Gilmore's, right?
Yep, Gilmore is
God bless.
across the river over here somewhere. He's 14. He's over here.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right, so you make your way there. The Laughing Lamia, interestingly, is almost as old as the city itself. It's a nice establishment. It's traded hands numerous times over the years. It's kind of expanded with each of these transitions, leaving this massive 4-story institution of hodgepodge, massive rooms and themes, kind of all centered around this one raucous central tavern room. That is filled with dozens of tables. So as you walk in, you see that most of the ground floor is taken up by the tavern's common room, which contains this 40-foot diameter well, which is actually the outer shell of a sunken stone tower that descends 140 feet down into the earth. Folks around here call it the Yawning Portal. There's a rope and pulley mechanism that is used to lower adventurers into the well and hoist them out. Currently, under the ownership of a brash and cheerful lass named Luthania Wells, who is sitting behind the counter at the moment, serving up drinks, looking a little bit frazzled. It is, the hot spot for traveling traders and adventurers alike, and there's rarely an hour where it is where there isn't something going on within. So on this evening, it is quite raucous and rowdy. And we'll say for now, you guys pull up your seat around a sturdy wooden table lit by a brightly burning candle and littered with plates of cleared food and half-drank tankards, and kind of listen to the sounds of gamblers yelling and drunken adventurers singing bawdy songs, nearly drown out the off-key strumming of a young bard from a couple tables over. And that's where we will leave it tonight. We will pick it up next week after a long rest. So go ahead and take your long rest. I assume you will stay at the Laughing Lamia tonight after drinks and securing a room and whatnot. You stay there for the night. So long rest, level up to 6.
Oh
my
Oh,
god.
you're just gonna sneak that in on us.
There you go.
Thank you, Zodic, for carrying me to level 6.
Slight pins
welcome.
boosting.
Slip pens boosting, AFK the whole time, dude.
Something about that, the image of the dragon on the back of Aeronine, it just spoke some inspiration into me.
That was looking very not good, dude.
Oh, dude, I thought we were dead.
Oh, that was it.
I was just like, alright, might as well use all my actions and abilities that I can.
Yeah,
'cause
that's why I use
not?
my vow, dude.
Yeah, just fucking dumping, dude. Absolutely. And it fucking worked!
It did. It did. Thank God.
I wasn't sure if
wow.
it was going to. I don't know. I wasn't sure if you guys were going to make it out of that. If you would have focused on the wyvern or something, you guys would have died, hands down.
Right, yeah.
But
Because
then you
she had a
mentioned
pretty
the
high
other one
intelligence.
took damage. It's like, oh, we going all out?
Yep. Yeah.
So Zuni, if you, I don't know if you can tell us, but I'm curious, like what you had planned that we.
Yeah, what was
fucked up.
the sewer? How were you thinking we were gonna get to the sewer then?
I figured you would try and barter with the clasp to guide you out of the sewer.
That would have been smart, but I mean,
yeah. Either way, yeah. It
This
worked
onion
out.
the fang you had to barter with.
Either way, it worked out. I thought it was a good outcome to the story, nonetheless. So next time, level up to 6, long rest. You're going to still have 1 point of exhaustion, so remember that. And what are the major things that you want to accomplish in the next session? Because we
Gotta
just
turn in a
reached.
contract.
Yeah, we reached
Turn in a
like shopping episode. It's up to you guys to direct this.
could you like post like what Gilmore has for sale, just so we're not wasting time? Is that something?
Gilmore can get you just about anything in the game. So you tell me what you want, and I will tell you if he has it.
I like that.
Like over the course of the week, we can like look up stuff and hey, can I buy this? And how?
An item that makes me invincible.
Yep. I'm not gonna do bartering though. I'll give you list price. I'm not gonna do bartering over Roll20 though, or over Discord. So I'll give you what he has it listed at, but no haggling.
Ooh, I think Character Mancer is probably not going to work for this one. We did the what do you call it? Favored foe and the other one, the Deft Explorer, I think. So I think I'm gonna have to manually change stuff.
Yeah,
I
you
do think
probably
I go up to 40 movement, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's nice. I don't know. Is 6 a big power spike? I don't even know what it is.
I don't know. I think I'm do it later. I'm afraid I'm gonna miss it.
Yeah, I got TCE in the player's handbook for this reason, so I'm gonna look at that stuff. But I'm pretty sure for me, it's upgrades to like certain abilities. So I'll check that shit out. Whew. That was a spooky one, but that was an intense one. And Zodic dropped how many fucking points of damage?
It was
67.
it was near 70. Ooh, Knight gets Aura of Protection.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I kind of want to take a second and look at everything for my level because I don't know where I want to spend my points. I don't know if I want to put it in strength to get my extra 2 or whatever because I think my wisdom.
Oh no, you don't get points until 8. I don't think.
Okay.
Yeah, you just get Aura. So you get 1 additional spell slot, so you go up from 2 level 2 spells to 3, and you get. No, wait, sorry. No, all you get is Aura of Protection. Aura of Protection is friendly creature within 10 feet of you must make a saving throw. The creature gains a bonus equal to your charisma modifier.
Oh yeah, so Zodic and Onion like want to
Mhm.
stick next to me pretty much.
Hmm. I don't know if you get vengeance features at 6-2. No, it's just the aura protection for you. The
Where's
big
my
one is next level, at least for Aeronite. 4th level spells are big.
level 7 Sacred Oath?
Yeah, I think 6 is actually pretty skimp for me. I think it's
Yeah,
really
it is.
only that stuff, which the way it works out.
It is for Nide too. I would imagine it's that way for everybody. 7's the big power spike.
Well, that's my next archetype, right? So that would be like I could take sharpshooter
Mhm.
there.
Yeah.
It's like that. Let me see what it says now for 7. Sacred Oath feature.
Well, I'm gonna get out of here though, homies. It was very good, excellent stuff. I'm glad we made it out alive.
Yeah, true.
Wasn't so sure.
I was also, if you can believe, not very sure. You're like 39 points is like sick of my 35. That leaves me 0. Good night. Order of the vibes.
Yeah, so it's pretty late, so we'll close up. But just we need to over the before we play next, figure out what, if any, major plot points you want to follow. There's the Slayer's Take. There's, you don't have Sildar to make an introduction anymore, but you could try and track down Volo as a potential thread. There's all the happenings in the Underdark with Drow and Durgar coming to the surface, plus Nide's dream. There's, the burial of Sildar. There's the refugees. There's all sorts of stuff going on. Just need to know what you want to unravel in the next one. So discuss offline, and I will follow the conversation.
Sounds good. Later, guys. Have a good night.
Yeah,
Good night,
y'all,
everyone.
good night. Good night.
I'm getting out of here too. Take it easy, guys.
Yeah,
Take care.
later.
Night.
Night.
Good stuff, Aeronite.
You like my meme?
I do. Dude, I'm so happy that worked out. 3 crits, thank God. Dude, I was really worried we were all gonna be dead there. Like, should we try to run? What should we do? I think I'm gonna pop off. I'm gonna try to figure out.
I'm just finishing I'm adding new things to my.
I'm thinking I might multi-class, but I'm not sure yet. We shall see. Got a lot of spells over there. Attacks and spellcasting. Alrighty, then, man. I'll talk to you later.